Sam Wride, everybody. We're in the podcast. We've started now. I'm going to finish your question while we're just doing it. So I've been traveling a lot.
Yes.
So it hasn't been that consistent. So I'll do I did 6 or 7 in 2 weeks, and then I sort of slowly work to try and do it. But then you got races come up, and then shit gets cancelled, and then I went to Formula 1, and then that got cancelled.
Yeah, I saw that actually. You went there and came all the way back.
Yeah, so
fun times for you.
Yeah, so. But anyway, man, I'm excited. I don't know when you messaged me. It was quite a while ago, actually.
Ages ago, man.
Yeah. And I've been wanting to get you on the podcast. I was saying out the front that 99.9 times out of 100, when somebody messages me and says that they'd like to come on the podcast, I don't read that email. It's just, I don't know. It just doesn't feel right to me.
Yeah.
And but then when you sent me a message, I was like, who the fuck is this cunt? What are we doing here?
I was like, check this out if you like it, yeah.
Dude, and I was like, yeah, this is fucked up because I'm a weirdo for doing jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
You're a weirdo for fighting cunts with axes in medieval sets of 100%, armor.
Yeah.
So dude, we've just literally got to talk about all of it.
There you go. Here we are. This is it.
So where did it start then? Because so give us maybe a little bit of you in a nutshell first to set the stage, and then we'll sort of go from there. You're in the army.
Yeah. So I was in the army. Well, before that, I did basic karate as a kid. And that was a freestyle martial arts. It covered weapons and nunchaku, bow staff, jo staff, katana, everything like that. Which got me into the weapon scene itself. Then didn't like karate, got into boxing. So I did boxing for about 10 years down in Geelong. Yeah. Mick Murray's boxing gym.
Did you grow up down there?
Yeah, I grew up down there.
Okay.
Actually near Ballarat on a farm.
Yeah.
So a lot of fishing and shooting down there. And then, so I did all that, went through school. Always wanted to be in the military, joined the military. Stopped fighting pretty much. Only scraps at the boozer and stuff like that, nothing crazy. I always threw the gloves on with the boys.
Yeah.
And then transferred out of being in a combat role from infantry to an office job now.
Yeah.
And so I have tons of time to train. And on base, I've actually got a combative center, so I can train. I train kickboxing 3 times a week on base, which is great. So for work, I get to train kickboxing, which is really good. And then halfway through transferring out of combat corps to a normal office job, I saw this video on YouTube of these guys in full plate armor beating the fuck out of each other. I was like, that's got to be have you seen Role Models? And everyone's laughing. Yeah. Great movie, but I was like, that's got to be fake.
You Ben Affleck.
Yeah. It's a Matthew Perry Brown. So I saw that and I was like, did some goggling. So Googled the crap out of it. Saw there was an Australian team. And just so happens one of the guys that lived on base was in the Australian team.
Wow.
So literally 3 buildings away from me.
And you didn't know this guy
Had no
before.
idea. I never knew this was a sport.
Yeah.
And I just walked down, gave him a message, walked down and started fighting, got into some armor straight away and I got addicted then.
How much did your background in the weapon stuff as a kid help? Did you kind of retain a bunch of that information?
Yeah, so I did a lot of grading with the short staff. So it's a Joe. It's same size as a short sword.
Yeah.
And I did lots of drills with that and the long staff, which transfers into poleaxe fighting.
Yeah.
But yeah, heaps. It really helped me with everything. And in boxing, kickboxing, done some BJJ. Not very good. You'd probably destroy me. It all comes together. It's a mismatch.
Yeah, I see you Sumigaichi people and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then you there's one video you do just a straight judo hip toss.
Yeah, those I train 2 throws, which is the sweep and the toss.
Yeah.
I just train that religiously.
Yeah.
Because in armor, it's hard to get head control. You're very top heavy yourself.
Yeah.
So if you try and foot reap or anything like that, you're just completely off balance.
Yeah. So you're not really doing any kind of foot sweeps where you're trying to be agile.
I do a lot of calf kicks and reaps, kick reaps, but no proper judo techniques.
So what's the sport itself?
So it's I don't like the name of it. But it's called H&B, so historical medieval battle.
Yeah, that's gay.
Yeah, it's super gay.
Yeah. What could you call it? Have you got names?
I call it armored MMA.
Yeah, okay.
Or armored, full contact armored fighting.
Yeah.
Something like that. That's how I explain it to people. And then, but H&B is kind of the rule set. So you got your own rule set with weapon specifications, armor specifications, everything like that. So your armor has to be historically accurate. It can't be orc armor or elfish armor from Lord of the Rings.
Right.
So it has to be within a certain time period.
Is there a sect of that? Is there people that go off and do well, we're going to do our Lord of the Rings shit?
I haven't seen it. I'm sure if you got Lord of the Rings armor made, you could fight in a club versus other armored fighters. I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
But I think that's more of the LARPing scene. So.
So that's like a whole. What the fuck is LARPing?
It's a live action role play. So it's like, I cast a spell on the
like the
role models.
Yeah. One, LARPing.
So that's what people think of when you're like, I have a full plate armor. Like, oh, so you're a fucking nerd.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I'm a nerd that'll fuck you up with a sword.
Yeah. But it's just it has like in the sport itself, you've got different categories.
Yeah.
So you've got like sword and shield, which you've got like a light arming sword and a shield, and you just strike them for points. 2 rounds, like a boxing match of points.
Well, okay, so I wondered that. So how does the point system work? Like an arm strike is worth X, a leg strike, a head strike?
It depends on category. So with the sword and shield, any hit on the body without hitting the sword, so clean hit, is a 1 point.
Okay.
And then it accumulates over the rounds. And then you got a sword and buckler, which is first to 5 points. A headshot's 2 points, and everything else is 1 shots. So you got your sword, and a buckler is like a little. Have you seen the little metal shields?
Yeah.
You can punch with it, but it doesn't count as a score. It's just like a stun.
But you can use that to set up other shit.
Yeah. You can drax them in the gut or something. And then you got the long sword. So it's just 2 hands on a big old sword, striking for points as well.
Yeah.
And then my favorite 2 categories, which is the pro fight, which is the MMA. So that's everything counts as a point. So kicks, throws. Once you get them on the ground, you got 10 seconds ground and pound.
Yeah, okay.
And then they stand you back up because obviously you can't be grappling. Because one of the rules in all categories, you can't do any leg locks, arm locks. So bending.
Like any joint manipulation.
Yeah, you can't manipulate any joints like that. And stabbing. You can't stab because it'll go straight through your visor. So it's just all hitting, no stabbing.
Yeah, okay.
So the pro fights, MMA, all points. Anything you can think of, you can do.
Yeah.
So elbows count, knees count, throws, pummel strikes, and then you got your group fights, which is like also my favorite as well, and everyone loves watching that. So you got your 5 versus 5, 10 versus 10, all the way up to they had in Battle of Nations last year.
That would be fucking hectic.
It's crazy.
To watch.
So that's like 150 versus 150.
Maybe just before we get more into this, we should just like, for people listening, for people watching, you'll be able to see this. Is this a good one to watch? Like, I just want to. You can hear the fucking sounds of
maybe go down.
Let's just pick out like a real fucking violent one where people can like understand how hard you're fucking hitting each other.
I think one of those ones. See how they're kind of the same. Is just like a combination of hitting
one,
or that left one with me swinging on my shoulder. That's pretty. That's just the one versus one.
Let's see if this is turned up. I actually didn't check to see.
I actually get beaten in this fight, so don't judge me.
Oh really?
He's a big guy. But
hang on. I didn't set up the fucking. Finish him! It's fucking primal. You got fucked up by this big dude.
Yeah, well, he's like 110 kilos out of armor.
Yeah, so it makes a difference.
I'm 80 kilos out of armor.
So we're just trying to show this is a legit fight between you two fucking savages.
Yeah. So this is like just an expo for the bushfire relief.
Yeah. So just trying to like give listeners like an idea of like how hard you're hitting each other. There was one that was straight to the dome.
Yeah.
Are you getting like rattled from that shit? Like you're getting stung?
Sometimes, like you've seen the back of my helmet.
Yeah.
I don't know if you see that.
Yeah.
That one like fully concussed me.
Really?
And that was from like a good friend of mine. So we did like a free for all, and like everyone's versus everyone. And I thought we had like an agreement before not to fuck on each other.
Yeah.
And I turned my back on a second and just put a 2-handed axe in the back of my scorn right there. So
yeah, that shit's no joke, dude.
Yeah.
Is there? So I just want to try and find one where you can. There was one that I watched where you could really hear like there was one shot. Maybe was it this one?
I think that's me just dodging.
You can't touch this.
Oh no, this is me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can't play that one.
Trying to think. That's got music and stuff to it, but I don't know if you want to see it.
Nah.
I don't know what that one. See
This
what?
one?
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't have music to it. Yeah. This guy gets absolutely wrecked.
Which one?
This guy I'm hitting here.
Again. Do it again.
So just for those listening, I'm just trying to show you the sound, like so that it's like they're in a full suit of like Game of Thrones, like wartime armor, and then there's like a bunch of them in a fucking sand pit, and they're like, so the blades are blunted, right? So it's not like you're
cutting.
hitting each other with like legit legit like knife blades on it.
No.
But the impact is still like hectic.
If you get hit in the leg with the big 208 or even a sword, it corks you for days.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, real bad cork.
So, where did we get up to? We're talking about the
the big group fights.
Yeah, so the group fights.
Yeah. So that's like, so you got your team of 5 or 5 versus 5. And the name of the game is to get your opponent 3 points of contact to the ground.
Yeah.
And then they're essentially out.
So that's how you'd kill somebody.
Yeah, that's how you get someone down.
So if they have like, what would 3 points of contact?
Like having a knee, or if I like hip throw you and you put your hand on the ground, you're technically out.
Yeah,
obviously
right.
Full throw on the ground, trip them over there on the ground.
Yeah.
And once you're out, you stay on the ground and you can push people over the people that are down.
Yeah,
So
right.
that kind of thing. But then obviously there's all.
So you've got to stay there like you are dead.
Technically, yeah.
Fuck, that's cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. So we have to you're like an obstacle pretty much.
Yeah, and then you can like kind of push people into
Yeah.
other people so that it like limits their...
It's like big situational awareness.
Yeah.
Is massive, especially because you don't have much vision.
Yeah.
So like you're constantly just head checking because you could be wailing on some dude. Like
and then just get
and then
fucking
some big
checked.
dude would just chop you in the back of the face. Like, it's terrible.
Really?
It's actually hectic. Like a lot of people from the services think it's like the closest thing to like...
To war, yeah.
Yeah, just because it's just that organized chaos kind of thing. Like there's people over there getting wailed on. You want to help your mate out, but you don't want to get...
Yeah.
KO'd yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all about just, it's a lot of like teamwork too. It's sort of like, teamwork.
It'd be cool, man.
Yeah.
Like, because even like for me with the jiu-jitsu stuff, like I've got that with my team. Like, and I've explained it to people before that like when I would do my fights in jiu-jitsu, like I care more about my team getting the feeling of watching me win than I actually do for the feel of winning myself.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's like, I've never been in battle, combat situations, no military, anything like that. But it's like, I can't imagine that like you lose not all, but you lose so much of your own like personal safety to then, for the greater good. And I guess that's why war works, right?
Yeah. Well, 100%. It's all about just knowing who's got your back and who doesn't really. It's like, it's obviously it's a sport, but if the guys next to you aren't fit enough, that's when you're like, I can't.
You're going to be on your own.
I'm not trusting that side. I'm just going to put all my effort onto the good side.
Yeah.
So hopefully I can take out the rest of the team and go to them. Because if you go to a person who doesn't rock up the training, who's unfit, who smokes, he's going to be weak and he's going to be the first one to drop. And then that person that's dropped him is now going to come behind you and knee you in the back and seriously hurt you.
So how much does your whole setup weigh?
My original armor weighed about 32 kilos.
Yeah.
But now I'm swapping out for titanium pieces. So like my arms and chest are now titanium.
Yeah.
It's about like 24.
Yeah.
So I am dropping that. And then with the Gambison, that under padding, as I said, I'm going to swap that out for just padding underneath strapped to my armor. Yeah. So I can literally just strap it onto my...
So you don't have to put the pre-shit on first.
Yeah, because once you start sweating in it,
it gets heavy, yeah.
And hot as well, like obviously up in Queensland.
Yeah. That's like geese, man. Like you start sweating in geese, you're just like, fuck me dead. It's like you're fighting under a blanket.
Yeah, and then you get someone covering your face as well with the geese.
Yeah.
Like, oh, God.
But yeah, like, so I can imagine then that... Because like, you watch like Game of Thrones, Troy, you see these like fucking warriors, you know what I mean? And it's like... That the way that you're breaking it down, even just now, and I know we're going to even get deeper into it, but it's like you're like adding all of this to like an exoskeleton. So it's like the warrior spirit
100%.
Comes into it so much more because it's like you've got to push through extra weight, limited vision, like situational
breathing
awareness.
In CO2, it's what people don't understand. Like you're hitting someone as hard as you can with an axe, regardless you're hitting them in steel. Have you ever swung an axe at someone for real? No, that's what I'm doing every day. Like, and they kind of desensitize you from that. So you're just like, I'm swinging this as hard as I can to someone's face. And if that armor wasn't there, that 1 mil of armor wasn't there, he'd be dead. Yeah. So it's just like, if you take away that 1 mil of plate armor and you still got the padding, they're still going to die.
You're killing that dude.
Yeah. It's crazy to think that you can go all out in this sport and you can hug the guy in 2 seconds later. Like,
that's very similar to jiu-jitsu in the sense of like, I'll choke a dude from the back and like he'll tap and then he's trusting me literally with his life that I'll stop. Yeah. Because when you get to the point where you tap to a submission, you're over. You're like you literally cannot escape that position. Yep. So it's like if that person isn't respecting the tap, then like you die right there. 100%. And it sounds extreme, but it's true. Same shit with this.
100%.
It's fucking gnarly, dude. Yeah.
Yep.
And then to then hug that person after or be friends with that person,
Yeah.
kind of creates like a weird special bond.
It's good. It's like I've always thought the people that I have the best respect for, the people I've actually punched on with.
Yeah.
So like in the army, if like not to a different degree, someone has an issue with you, you put the gloves on, and then
Really?
issues solved. Obviously not condoning that at all, but yeah, I find that
less people would talk shit
yeah.
if there was like physical consequences
Oh,
of
100%.
talking that
It's the
shit.
animal kingdom at the end of the day. Like, you can talk down to me all you want, but can you beat me in a fight?
100%.
No, you can't. So shut the fuck
Dude,
up.
I had that in the driveway. Dude
Yeah.
just kept wanting to talk shit, like just a guy that was kind of around.
Yeah.
And I fucking whacked him, and I'm like,
Yeah.
do you want to fucking do it?
Yeah.
Because this is what your shit talking
Yeah.
could potentially lead
Is he
to.
down there now? Let's go sort him out.
No, he's
Go fuck his
definitely
shit up.
he's not around anymore. He's not around anymore.
Yeah, good. Yeah,
You know?
exactly. You learnt.
And it's like, fuck it. If you can back yourself,
Yeah.
you know, it's that old saying, talk shit, get hit.
Yeah. Fucking
But it's fucking
Oh,
true. But the problem
100%.
is when you live in a society where that isn't the case.
it's
so
just talk
like,
shit. That's it.
it
That's all
talks
they
shit,
do.
and if I
Behind
do
the
anything
keyboard.
to you,
I'm going to sue you.
exactly.
Yeah, I'm a bitch. Yeah.
But the respect that you have for people, and you know, like I'm sure the gym that you train out of for this,
Yeah.
the gym that I train in with the jiu-jitsu, it's like there's a fucking respect in that room
100%.
because I know the people that can fuck me up,
Yeah.
and the people that I can fuck up know that
Know
I
that.
can fuck them up.
100%.
Everyone's fucking cool, man.
Yeah. No one's
Everyone's-
gobbing off. No one's doing
And if they
anything.
do,
Boom, let's roll down, baby.
they get fucked up.
100%. Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? It's like that's the way that it works.
Yeah.
But it's a fucking great, positive, friendly environment.
It works so well. I don't know why it can't be just a old-fashioned slap to the face. Let's jewel this out, motherfucker. But
Dude, even like fucking oh god, I'm blanking on the president, one of the first presidents. Abe Lincoln. Like Abe Lincoln literally wrote it was like his one scathing, he's kind of famous for like not criticizing people.
yeah,
And he wrote this one scathing letter in a newspaper about another businessman, and that was still in the Times. That businessman then challenged. This is way before he was president.
yeah.
This businessman then challenged him to a duel with muskets.
Oh,
Fucking Abe Lincoln literally stood in a field with a musket and was like about to duel with this dude, and then it ended up getting called. Like something
what?
happened, and they called the duel off. And then
Jesus.
after that, he literally never spoke ill publicly of anybody ever again. And even when they were basically like about to lose the war, they lost like maybe it was Gettysburg or one of those like real famous battles that they actually lost. He kind of like was famously criticized for not criticizing the commander of that, but it was just like a principle that he made because there was fucking consequences to talking
he's gonna
shit.
shoot me in the face with a musket. Yeah, 100%.
100%, dude.
So all I'm getting now is we all need to buy muskets and spread them out through the populace.
Nah, swords.
Swords. I love swords.
Yeah, let's just do
Swords. Are
swords.
great.
Swords are fuck. It's like less
It's more personal as well.
less
It's a bit
collateral.
messy. It's a bit messy, but
less collateral though.
Yeah, true.
You're not gonna like miss with your sword
Yeah,
and
exactly.
like fucking kill a kid.
well, swinging's free. It's a free rep right there
True.
because you swing and kill someone. You can do it again and again.
Crazy
Economy of
fucking-
effort. yeah.
It's a crazy game though, like,
Yeah.
and it's like we have swung swords at each other for longer than we haven't.
Yeah.
That's what's
100%.
fucking crazy.
Yeah,
Like
100%.
right now, you're kind of weird
Yeah.
in the fact that you still swing a sword full blown at each
Yeah,
other.
yeah.
But like you're part of the norm, really.
Technically,
Technically,
the math adds up.
the math of like how long we've been swinging fucking swords at each other versus how long it's like not been okay to kill somebody with a sword. We're living in a really small fraction of time. Like I guess you're the last fucking one of the last people.
Last
hanging on to it.
samurai, I guess. Or
Right.
So, yeah. The white samurai.
So so you always wanted to get into the military. Like, do you think that like this is, I don't know, where does that even come from? Like this kind of primal fucking combat.
Like I think it's kind of like my dad kind of forced me into like that karate.
Yeah.
Like straight up because he wanted to do it and he didn't want to do it with anyone else. So he got me and my brothers involved.
Yeah.
And I got two older brothers, so it was either like get bashed by your older brother or
learn
bash
to
him or fight him pretty much.
Yeah.
But I don't know, my whole life grew up on the farm fishing and shooting and stuff. I just always wanted to join the military, be outside.
Yeah.
And then fighting has been a big part. Obviously combat sports before the military has been massive too. So it's kind of all added together, like weaponry,
Yeah.
teamwork, combat, and all. This pretty much came to this point where I found this sport that's perfect.
Yeah.
And I recommend if you've never done any martial arts, you haven't even chopped down a tree with an axe before, which is great training for this sport, by the way.
Yeah.
You haven't done any of that before. This is the sport for you because you learn techniques that aren't technically correct. So I'm not doing a technically correct judo throw. I'm not technically teaching you how to throw a proper roundhouse kick or a calf kick. I'm teaching you things that you don't need prior experience for.
Yeah, yeah.
So anyone can come along and learn the fight in armor. So like right now, if you had one of the blokes you've got on for MMA would drop me in a normal fisticuffs.
Yeah, yeah.
But you get them in armor, I can nearly 99% sure I would drop them.
Yeah, yeah.
But out of armor, they would clean the house with me.
Yeah.
It's just so different, which makes it so interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. So how long have you been in the military, and like have you done tours and shit as infantry? Or?
Yeah, so I've been in the army for about six and a half years now.
Because how old are you?
I'm 28.
28.
Yeah, so I was in infantry for 5.5, 6 years.
Yeah.
I got deployed to Afghanistan in 2015.
Yeah. How long were you over there for?
8 months. It was a pretty cruisy trip compared to other boys that I know in the military, so I can't really talk it up like.
Yeah, yeah. That's cool that you can have that stance because fuck, so many people do. And you're just like, dude.
Yeah, it's just relaxed.
Really, really hard to know what people actually
done. Yeah,
you know what I mean.
People talk up like their trips all the time. Like I was a glorified security guard for 8 months, pretty much.
Yeah, right.
And it kind of, if I talk it up anymore, it's kind of like disrespecting the people that did have a hectic trip and lost friends and friends like that. So yeah, my trip was relatively easy compared to most other lads' trips.
What's it like living over there on base in a time like that, though?
I was in like a shipping container with 4 lads and just doing like constant work. Like you have shifts.
Yeah.
Some shifts I'm doing like 1 week I'm doing this, another week I'm doing that. And you just get into a rhythm, and you're doing a lot of gym. So there'll be a gym on base.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just get into a rhythm, and this comes the norm. Hearing like explosions and stuff like that in the distance is just the norm. Like it's just hard to explain, really. Like.
It's just like normal life, but in a weird place.
Yeah, kind of like that. And you're with all your mates as well. So like they desensitize you from if something's real stressful, you go back to the boys and you talk shit with them.
Yeah.
Which is obviously like the best coping mechanism is having that family.
Yeah.
That you've made over the years.
Were you doing this when you were in the army, or did this come after?
This came kind of when I was phasing out of the army.
Yeah. Okay.
When I was kind of transferring away from the combat side.
Yeah.
And now, yeah. So, but it's good because a lot of veterans do this sport as well. Like I think 80% of my club are old Army, Air Force, Navy veterans.
It makes sense.
Yeah, well, it's great. It's a great avenue too. So they get that camaraderie. They get that if they've got anger issues, they can go 100% on someone and you're not going to hurt them. You know? And they want you to. If you don't go 100% in someone in this sport, so say I was versing a female and she wanted the 5v5s in a male's team, that's great. We love that. And you go easy on her, she'll find that as a disrespect.
Yeah.
And I find that too. Like, I don't want anyone to go easy on me.
Yeah. It's similar in jiu-jitsu.
100%.
I think the big thing though with jiu-jitsu is like go hard on someone, but just don't use all of your strength. Like when I roll with a girl, there's a massive strength difference. And then there's probably like for most chicks would be like a 15 to 20 kilo weight difference.
Yeah.
So it's like I'll actively try to take that weight out of it and then match the strength. But I'm still going to try and go hard.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, yeah. Well, it's obviously in different sports, it's completely different. But yeah, 100%. It just, it goes back to how, if you train that certain way, that's how you're going to fight when you're fighting. Yeah. So if I'm constantly...
And you want to be tested.
100%. Everyone wants to be tested. No one wants to be given a victory.
Yeah.
And if they do, you don't want to know them. So
yeah.
Type of person you want to stay clear from.
Yeah. So yeah, you got like a lot of military people are in the.
Yeah, in the club. All the clubs around Australia. A lot of currently or ex-serving members.
Yeah.
So that's really good.
How many clubs are there in Australia for it? Like how big is the sport?
Every state has a team. Queensland has 2 teams at the moment. Yeah. So we got the Vultures, which is the team I fight for, and then the Tier Warriors in Toowoomba. Yeah. And then you got Team Kraken in Melbourne, who are like the #1 team. They're amazing. Really? They're a really good team. Yeah. Jake Taylor, great coach. And then in New South Wales, Team Havoc. I used to fight for them because when I started the sport, I was in New South Wales and moved to Brisbane because of work. Yeah. What was that like fighting them for the first time? It was good. It was it was kind of, I don't know. They're kind of dirty of me still. Yeah. But if you fucking move. Like, yeah, exactly right. They still wanted me to stay though, but you can't stay living in a place for, you know. You tell my friend Chris that. You tell my friend Chris that. He gets very upset with me. Yeah, fair enough. Oh, fuck that shit. Yeah. And then you got shit to do. Yeah, I got places to be. Yeah. People to hit. I got South Australia has this. I think it's Scorpions. Yeah. Or Berserkers. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. And then Western Australia has the Scorpions or Berserkers. It's one of them. Yeah. So you can find a team somewhere in Australia.
Yeah, right.
Just not up in Darwin.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
it's really hot. I think there is a fighter out there, but he just fights with our team when he has the tournament down here.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah.
And what's like, is there any professional rank? Like, are you considered a professional at this sport?
Me, no. I'm actually quite new to the sport. So
Yeah.
very new to the sport. So there are professionals. There's different leagues in Europe. So Ukraine, Russia, huge. This sport is massive.
Can we actually just watch?
Yeah,
Like, what can we watch on
100%. Go,
fucking YouTube? I want to see some weird shit.
Go Buhurt. So Buhurt, tech.
Buhurt.
Yeah, tech. Yeah, that's it. So this guy, that guy at the top.
So just watch this one.
I'll show you. Sweet
Go
ones.
to his
go into
channel.
it and go to his videos.
This is fucking exciting.
Yeah, if you scroll down to, if you could hit the video tab.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This motherfucker's got 44,000 subscribers.
Yeah, it's next level.
What a G.
Where is it?
Have you thought about much of this, like doing content? Sort of
I'd love to.
style
I'd
shit?
love to. I just don't have the know-how, or
Yeah.
it's as you know, it's a lot that goes into it. Probably, if you go up, there's one called
Battle of Nations.
Yeah, that's the world tournament. Maybe go Holiday in Valhalla. That one.
This one?
Yeah.
Wow. Shit is fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of wank and like ceremony in it?
I haven't been to any international tournaments as I'm quite new, but there's a little bit of like ceremony dances and stuff like that.
Yeah, because that's probably the stuff I wouldn't enjoy.
Yeah.
Because I'd probably, I don't know. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
So is this a 5-on-5?
Yeah.
And so what's the rules in a 5-on-5?
So
like
same
this?
thing, 3 points of contact at the ground.
Yeah, okay. But like you can hit anyone, anywhere.
No groin, back of the knees.
Yeah, because you got no armor there.
Yeah. Anywhere there's not armored, you can't hit.
Yeah.
And you can use that list, so the fence around it's called a list, and you can use that to grapple off.
Yeah,
So
okay.
there's like full techniques how to train off that as well.
And are you is there... Fuck, dude. These guys are hectic. There'd be some big Nordic
Huge,
Viking cunts in this
dude.
sport too.
It's fucking out of control. Like
Do they do it in like weight and size limits, or there's just
in
not
the,
that
in,
many
in the
people?
dueling categories, yeah.
Okay, but not in these group
No, not in the group
fuck-ups.
fights. Because like people like me, I'm small. I'm a classified a runner. I run around and just chop people down.
Yeah,
And you get like anchors, big guys in plate armor that hang on and
like hold down the fort.
hold down the
thing.
fort kind of thing. And then you got the damage dealers. You got the two-handed halberds, and they just drop people.
Really?
Yeah.
This shit's fucking gnarly. Is there like a Jamie Lannister type? Like he's like the best fucking dude.
There's in pro fights, there's a guy called the French Ninja. He's real good.
Really?
He does a lot of like flipping people as well and like throwing people out of the list and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah, he's
Does
crazy.
he have a YouTube channel?
I don't think so. He actually is quite
Incognito.
which is even scarier.
That's fucking gangster, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I wish I was like that, but everyone now watches. Some people said to me like, "I've been training to fight you because you put all your training techniques on Instagram." I was like, "Oh, cheers."
Yeah, well, I mean, that was like one of the things I was going to ask you. Like, is it a bit of a weird thing to where it's like you're new to the sport, but like you're actively trying to promote it and promote yourself?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some people that think you're a
Hey,
bit of a
man.
wanker.
Oh, a lot of people think I'm a wanker as it is, like, because I'm pretty cocky, and it's not that I'm cocky. I'm just very confident to talking to new people. So when I go
Yeah.
to tournaments, I'm always like, "Oh, you should add me on Instagram." And we'll be mad, and they're like, "You're a fucking loser,"
Yeah.
which is fine. But like, what are they doing to improve themselves or the
Yeah.
sport? Like, I've probably this year alone with the short year, I've got like 50 people into the sport nearly.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people ask me what club I can go to and everything, and that's how the sport grows. More money, more people
Yeah.
equals more money,
Yeah.
which is what I'm trying
Rising
to get.
tide floats all boats,
Exactly
bro.
right. Yeah. Well, that's all I'm trying to do. If people think I'm a wanker, they can fight me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Like,
true.
yeah.
We can fucking put armor on.
Yeah,
We can
exactly.
Do this.
Yeah,
We can do
yeah.
the damn thing.
yeah, if they don't want to call me out, but yeah, I just love it. I'm so addicted to it, and I urge anyone, even if you're an MMA fighter and you want to do it on the side, like we got bodybuilders that do it on the side,
Yeah.
and there's some huge bodybuilders that just jump in armor and start throwing people.
Dude, there's a guy, fucking Ryan Gambin. I'll show you his fucking Instagram. Can you imagine this cunt? He's actually been in the Olympics for swimming. He's been on the podcast before. He's a really, really great
shit.
guy.
Well, hit him up, get him in armor. We need some new
This
fighters.
needs to happen. Look at the size of this motherfucker.
Holy dick.
Can you imagine this cunt in a set of armor? He's the fucking nicest guy in all of humanity.
I need him on my team.
Look at the size of
Yeah,
this dude.
fucking hell.
He's a fucking G, bro. So yeah, he was in the Olympics for swimming, and
He
he
does
did
not look like a swimmer.
Nah, he did the 200-meter butterfly. I'm pretty
Oh.
sure from memory. I should fully know that. But can you imagine putting this motherfucker in some armor?
That gets me really aroused knowing that guy can get in the armor.
We should fucking do that.
Yeah.
He's a G, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things like the squeaky wheel gets the oil, and it's like it's a fine line between, you know, self-promotion for the, you know, genuine reasons of like, I want to help grow the sport, but like in some ways you kind of need to be a martyr and like put
100%.
yourself out there, and that is going to come with a certain level of criticism.
Yeah.
And it's cool that you can accept that.
A lot of people like even my best mates, when I started posting all about this sport, they're like, "You're a loser, mate. Like, cool. Like, you're a nerd." And like, "Oh, whatever, mate." Like,
Yeah.
I just love it so much that I can't be bothered with people like that. But I guess like the same with you, BJJ, you'll promote the shit out of that, even though it's obviously kind of mainstream, even though that's not, like, compared to my sport, BJJ.
Yeah, it's super mainstream.
Very mainstream. But yeah, it's like someone telling you like, "Oh, sweet, yeah, hugging on the ground with the dude."
And I mean, the thing though that like fucks jiu-jitsu is that, and you'd know, how long did you train for?
Oh, minimal, like a year maybe.
Yeah, okay. But you'd know that like to an untrained person, it looks like nothing.
Yeah.
But to me, like I had my buddy Guy in here who helps me do editing.
Yeah.
And we were just both having lunch, so I was putting shit on the TV and watching some fights I'd missed.
Yeah.
And he's looking at it, and I could see in his eyes. And this is like two of the best. It was like Keenan Cornelius and Gianni Grippo, like two of the best dudes in the sport and most technical dudes in the sport. And to him, he can't watch that and understand what's happening.
Yeah, 100%.
Keenan was winning from the bottom. And to anybody in the sport, anybody that's not in the sport, they would automatically assume that the guy on top is winning.
Yeah.
So it's like, that can't, I don't know that there's like a bridge that can like get, you know, be sort of.
You can't really.
You've got to do jiu-jitsu to know.
Yeah.
And even like if you and me watched it, I would see shit that you wouldn't see.
100%,
you know?
yeah.
So it's like the deeper into it that you go.
Yeah.
And that would be the same with what you do.
Yeah.
But to way less of an extent, because we all understand what hitting somebody with a fucking axe looks like. We understand that, like, when you make contact with a dude's sword to their fucking dome, like,
it's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
You don't need any expertise.
There's no way
like,
that person getting hit got the upper hand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that even though, you know, mainstream wise, but it's like, fuck, is it even though? Because like relatability, and I'm just talking in terms of like instant recognition of like two dudes swinging a swords, like you might not have ever seen the sport of that before, but you've seen Game of Thrones, you've seen A Knight's Tale, you've seen Robin Hood, you've seen like fucking, you've seen it, you know exactly what it is.
In what movie have you seen people wrestling?
Exactly, like, or jiu-jitsu, like sport jiu-jitsu.
100%.
And it's like you can see people on the ground, and I think that's why it got more popular when the UFC came around, because then it gave it some context, and you could see, oh, that works.
Yeah.
But with what you guys do, like, there's literally our entire human history of like knowing what this is.
Yeah. If your mate's on the ground because you've swung an axe at him,
you know he's fucked up.
Yeah.
It's
never good for him.
No,
there's
very
no way
easy
that's going to
to
be good for
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess, like, fuck, it's going to be interesting, dude. Like, I'm interested to see what, like, because it will get bigger.
Well, like,
you know?
well, jousting's in the Olympics now.
Jousting?
Yeah.
Like, on fucking...
horses.
What?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure that's going to be in the Olympics.
We can fucking find
Google that shit.
We can find that out.
So, and there's rumors, this could be the rumor mill, that this sport potentially could be an Olympic sport. You heard it here first.
That's fucking crazy.
It'd be sick.
And who'd you hear that off?
Other people from the
I was going to say someone else in the sport. Englishheritage.co.uk is jousting Olympic sport. The organisation has launched a campaign to get jousting recognised as an Olympic sport in time for Tokyo 2020.
Boom.
Tokyo has been considering skateboarding, climbing, so skateboarding is in and surfing is in. If skateboarding can be included, then jousting has a good chance. Fuck, that'd be weird to watch.
Yeah.
Like, super weird.
Yeah. Well, they got that Abbey Abbey Medieval Festival up here.
What's that?
It's like in Caboolture. Well, not up here. It's well, I think it's banned now because of the Rus. But
because of the what?
The virus. I had the coronavirus.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, they got like full blown jousting. It's like a massive festival.
Really?
And we fight there too, so people can come watch us punch on.
So how many times a year do you get to actually fight?
So I try and fight full blown like once a month in armour.
Yeah.
But in like a proper tournament, maybe it's like later in our fighting seasons. I think it's from July to December. Probably like 5 or 6 tournaments.
Yeah.
But then they've got inter-club fights.
Yeah.
And you always like getting your boys to gear up an arm and have a punch on.
Are you scared every time you put it on? Or are you past that?
It's not really that. It's kind of get when
like
you're
anxious.
You get anxious because you know how fatigued you're going to be.
Okay.
So if I'm doing like a pro fight, so like for the national title, that lost for 2 points. Not dirty about that at all, but whatever.
Hey, I've been there.
Yeah. Oh god, Rob, good fight. I'm coming for you. Yeah, you just know you're going to be so fragged that no matter how much training you do, no matter how much you know that you're going to be breathing in your CO2, you're not going to be able to lift your arm. Someone's going to be wailing on you. But the only thing that gets you through that is knowing that he's going to be exactly the same.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the only thing I kind of fear is that if I can manage that.
Yeah.
So if I can manage that in a way that still allows me to gain points or throw them to the ground. But at that time, it goes back to, because you're breathing in your CO2, back to muscle memory.
Yeah.
So if I can pop a throw off without looking, that's what I'll be doing. Because in here, you lose vision a lot. If they've got your head down like that and you're looking down into your grill.
You can't see anything.
So you kind of have to feel through your armor onto his armor where he's like, get an underhook in, throw your leg under in between his and try and throw. So it's kind of all done by feel.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, trying to breathe in. Yeah. And hang on to your sword because if you drop your sword, you lose points.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then in the group fights, if you drop a weapon, so you say you're wailing on someone and your axe head breaks, you got to run back to your side and get another weapon, and you can't do anything but defend. You can't strike. You have to just run back, and then someone can just ankle tap you and you can fall over.
And then you're out.
Yeah, and then you're out.
Fucking hectic sport.
Yeah, I'll hit you up when there's a tournament, whenever this shit.
Yeah.
And like, even if you don't come, I'll just tell you every time I get a tournament here.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there'd be people that listen to this that'd be interested to like go and watch that shit.
Yeah, let me know if you want to know anything. Also, if you got any events, like we do like people's birthday parties, like we did that fire fundraiser and everything like that.
How much do you charge to do an event to go and fight?
It depends on how much they want to pay us. Like we don't have a set rate at the
right.
moment. So if you're like a poor event, you're like, oh, can you come fight for $100 or free food? But yeah,
that's cool.
I just love fighting. Like I think it's the same with everyone in the sport.
Yeah.
Like money helps the club, and if you can give us money, better. But if you can't, and you want like people to come, we'll come fight.
That's so sick, dude.
Yeah, I just love doing it.
I was gonna say, man, like how good is it to just love something this much?
It gives you a goal in life, and like the biggest thing right now, like my wife, she doesn't really have a goal right now, and she's struggling with that because she used to compete on stage and everything like that, and not having that drive anymore is killing her. But me having a sport like this that I can constantly get fitter, constantly aim for new weapon skills, just always gives me a drive in life, which is like it just makes me that happy. Yeah,
because I mean, just since like I've started following you, like you're fucking running 24/7, you're doing archery, you're always posting, videos and shit of like you training for this sport. It really seems like you are filled with like a sense of purpose. Yeah. Because of it, and I think that, I mean, I've got that with this. Yeah. I've got 100%. That with jiu-jitsu, and then I've got my motocross stuff. Yep. Like I've always been a guy that I'm like obsessive about shit. Yeah. But like on my brain, like I've learnt from an early age that if I'm not obsessed with something good, I'll be obsessed with something bad. Yeah. Like this energy that I've got has to go somewhere. Yeah. And if it doesn't go in a positive direction, then it becomes a negative influence on my life. And it's like, it's hard though, because I wonder, like, I think people are really scared of judgment from people that like
100%.
That like, this is stupid, you're fucking putting on like armor. Same with me. It's like, even my brother's like, what are you fucking going rolling pajamas for? Yeah. And
you're
it's
a grown
like,
man. You're a grown ass man.
Yeah.
Stop dressing up in armor. It's like, shut the fuck up.
But it's like, it's just a thing to do. Yeah. That then, like you said, it's a reason. Like the most productive I am is like getting ready for a competition. Yeah. Especially if I have to lose weight. Yeah. Because I'm like, I just got to fucking do shit, because like everything you do burns calories. And like when you get a goal that's like pretty hard to achieve and it's very, very specific. Yeah. That's when you're like, okay, I can do this. Yeah. Like I know exactly how many fucking kilos I need to lose. I need to know exactly what that scale says at exactly this time. And then you can see possibilities and opportunity everywhere. Yep. Because it's like, oh, I'm going to walk to get a coffee instead of driving my car to get a coffee. I'm going to do this. I'm going to get an extra run in. I'm going to eat this healthy. I won't eat that. And it's like you get such like a narrowed down focus because you've got such a clear goal.
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard to get. It's not impossible, but it's hard enough to require a lot of your attention.
100%. And it's kind of like I take it for granted sometimes. Like I know a lot of people that don't have that drive or a goal. Like, yeah, a lot of my friends are like, you're so driven and everything. Because I found something I like. I'm lucky. Like my career lets me train for this whenever I want. Like I can just put all my time to this. And it's kind of upsetting when I see people. It's upsetting and frustrating because I'm like, why don't you just find something you like?
Yeah.
But people can't.
The problem is, in my opinion, is people try to find something they like instead of rattling off a list of things that they don't like.
Yeah.
That's to me how I've always looked at that particular problem. If you wait to find something that you like, what are the fucking odds?
Yeah.
What are the odds? The odds of you...
Fuck all.
Like, fuck all is the odds.
Yeah.
But the odds of you finding something you don't like...
Yeah, you're going to find that pretty quick.
You're going to find that instantly in terms of odds.
Yeah, 100%.
Because the chances of you finding this crazy fucking life-altering passion, the first thing that you try and do, those odds are fuck all.
Yeah.
But the odds of you not liking that thing... So it's like... and then you've just got to play a numbers game. Well, how many things do I have to not like to find something I do like? And then there's fucking... There's fulfillment in just that one process.
Yeah. 100%.
That process of like, oh, I don't have a thing. I'm kind of just in this like process of elimination.
Yeah.
And then that's like literally a fucking strategy
100%.
for you to take into your life. And it's just can be the same with jobs. I've had fucking 10 business names, man.
Yeah.
Since I left school, I was 17. And I've had a fucking registered ABN since I was 17.
Yeah, shit.
And I don't like 9 out of those 10 things. I love this.
Yeah, yeah.
It's fucking that simple, man.
I've never thought of it like that. That's actually mad.
It's so easy. Oh, yoga. Give that a go.
Yeah.
Give shit a fucking crack.
Yeah.
Like give shit a red hot crack. Like I had in a relationship, I had a thing where I was like, you say you want this, and this. Okay, well this thing could satisfy that technically. Like if you look at it objectively and let's say it's fucking yoga.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, you're probably not going to like it in 5 goes, especially if those 5 goes are spread out over 5 weeks.
Yeah, 100%.
So
it's not consistent.
Let's go fucking weird mode here. And let's say, you know what? I'm going to dedicate a month of my life to yoga. 1 month, 30 days. And I'm going to do yoga every single day for 30 days. In 1 month's time, you could not like yoga. That's fucking totally fine. But you've given a month where you've like manually forced yourself to just try something. And then there's have you ever heard that Go All The Way poem?
No.
It's a really cool fucking poem.
Tell me right now.
It is. It's like the dude has a German name. This is like kind of leans into that. This poem's fucking really cool, dude. The song. I need to change that to poem. I need my Jamie.
Yeah.
One day. Charles Bukowski. So, we'll read this shit. It's fucking crazy.
Read it to me.
When you read
in that deep voice. I need it.
So this is a poem by, I'm pretty sure, he's like a Russian dude, but he grew up in America, and then his dad was like an alcoholic. He had like this crazy childhood of like abuse from his father. And then he didn't find fame in writing until he was 50. And he literally quit work at 30 to like be a writer.
Yes.
And his first actual like, I got famous from this shit was at 50 years old. And then he just became like, he's a fucking brilliant dude. I'm working my way through some of his stuff now. This is his poem. It's called Go All The Way. And this lends into exactly what we're saying. If you do this for 1 month, you would know for a fact. If you don't like yoga at the end of it, then yoga's not for you.
Yeah.
And then try Pilates, try bodybuilding, try whatever the
100%.
fuck. But this is the poem. If you're going to try, go all the way. Otherwise, don't even start. This could mean losing girlfriends, wives, relatives, and maybe even your mind. It could mean not eating for 3 or 4 days. It could mean freezing on a park bench. It could mean jail. It could mean derision. It could mean mockery, isolation. Isolation is the gift. All the others are just a test of your endurance, of how much you really want to do it. And you'll do it, despite rejection and the worst odds. It will be better than anything else you can imagine. If you're going to try, go all the way. There's no other feeling like that. You will be alone with the gods, and the nights will flame with fire. You will ride your life straight to perfect laughter. It's the only good fight there is. Go all the way. It's fucking cool, man.
That's deep. Love that shit.
It's cool.
That's sick.
And so you apply that to, let's say, this yoga thing for a month. Just go all the way.
Yeah.
For 1 month.
What's gonna do? It's not gonna impact you negatively.
Fuck no.
Yeah.
And then it cannot not impact you positively.
Yeah.
Because then, process of elimination, in theory, you are one step closer to finding the thing that you want, because there's one thing that's off the table.
100%.
And it's that fucking simple. If your life doesn't have any form of purpose, you don't have what you have with your fighting, what I have with the few things that I'm super into, then fucking go all the way in finding something.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can't find it on Instagram. You can't find it on YouTube. And unfortunately, like, you can't find it on a podcast. You can find inspiration, but that's it. That's the only thing you can find.
I think people find social media the biggest stopping thing. They'll be like, oh, the person I really like doesn't do this. Why would I do it? Like, I don't want to roll around on the ground because he's a striker.
Or they see, I love Gypsy Tales podcast.
Yeah.
I listen to his shit all the time. Yeah, I want to start my own podcast. I feel like I could do that. Yeah, but fuck, he's got 15,000 followers and he has 1 million people listen to it.
He's got mics and cameras and shit, what I got.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that stops people, because
100%.
I think that that's one of the negative things of social media is that, like, what you see is, like, if you're looking at my shit right now, you're seeing 3 years into the journey.
Yeah.
Like, day 1 of my journey, I was buying these microphones, and I've done them, like, I've had these, like, super disappointing ones that I, like, did in a lounge room, and then the guy didn't fucking show up. It's like,
and they don't say that much.
That's all part of this fucking story.
Yeah.
And it's all part of everyone's story. You know, you've probably got fucking days where you went to training and no one rocked up. Or
that happens quite often,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, this shit, any life, any process, any journey, even if what you see of it is like this fucking great polished finished product, like, that did not happen without a ton of fuck ups along the way.
The only person that can back yourself is yourself. Like, you can only trust yourself in pretty much everything in your lifetime. And if you can't trust yourself in that, then you're not going to succeed. Like, I trust in myself that I know I'm going to go to training. I know I'm going to go home and cook myself a semi-decent meal, and then the next day I'm going to do it again. I know for a fact that I'm going to do that until I fucking die. And if people don't have that discipline, which obviously people are trying to find, you're not going to succeed.
Have you always been disciplined?
In a sense, I guess. Like, at school, I didn't do anything at school. I was a fuck up at school. I had a lot of fights and stuff. I didn't like school. I knew for a fact my whole life I just wanted to be an army man. Yeah. So when I was a little boy, running around the paddocks with a
Where
stick.
do you reckon that come from, though?
I think because I know my dad has a massive respect for the military. I think I just wanted to kind of make him proud. Yeah. And then it got to me like, oh, I can be strong, I can be fit. And then I saw, like, I think Predator, that movie, the first Predator movie. I was like, oh shit, that's mad.
Motherfucking gangster.
Yeah, he's ripped and he's killing aliens. That's gonna be me, Space Force.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's from that, just growing up, and then, like, dad was
and
a
it
hard
just
ass.
Like never wavered.
Just never wavered. Like, my dad was a hard ass.
What did he do?
He is an anaesthetist. He's a doctor. He's very successful. He used to work for the Air Force as a contractor. Yeah. Yeah, I guess he's a massive part of me wanting to always be better than everyone at something. Yeah. Because he's the smartest man I know.
He had high standards.
Massive high standards. And he was a very hard dad too.
Did he tell you he had high standards, or you just assumed he had high standards? Like, you put that on yourself almost.
Yeah, kind of. Like, my two older brothers are very successful. Like, one's a very successful engineer and the other one's a doctor as well. And to them, their school was everything to dad. And to me, because I didn't want to do it, he never forced really school onto me, but he knew I was a good boxer and he knew I was strong and fit. And every time I said I wanted to be in the army, he never, like, my mum's like, you don't want to go in the army, you're going to die. But he never said that. He was like, nah, that's the best thing you could do. So kind of that has just pushed me in the direction I've gone to.
And was he proud of your time in the army?
Yeah, like 100%. And
that's got to be cool, then.
Yeah, it was massive to have that respect, especially because my brothers are so successful. Yeah, and I feel like I'm kind of the favorite, and that's kind of unfair because they've worked so hard in their professional careers, being so educated and everything like But yeah, I just couldn't think of anything else. Like I did what my childhood dream. Like everyone wants to be a fireman or something. I just want to be an army man, and I've done that.
Yeah.
And now,
What made you, well, I mean, you're still in it, but
Yeah.
like, do you think that you'll stay career-wise? Did you want to get out of the combat side and into the office side, or like, how does that sort of work?
So I wanted to get out of like the combat role, just because it's not bad on your body, but for me,
It is though.
Yeah,
Like my next door neighbor is a really good friend of mine. He
Yeah.
was infantry. I think he did 2 tours.
Yeah.
And he just had to have a fucking disc replacement.
Yeah.
And he's fucking 32.
Yeah. It's
Like it, and that he says like packs, bro. Like
pack
I just had
marching.
fucking packs on me for like 8 years.
You're a mule. Even outfield, you're carrying like 40 kegs on your back.
That's what he
Climbing
said.
up hills for what? To pretend like there's an enemy out there? But that all has a point, because if you didn't do that,
There
and
might be an enemy.
there might be out there,
Yeah.
and you don't have that fitness to help your friend next to you. Because
That's so crazy, the fitness thing, man. Like when you're saying that, I'm like, because there is in history, there is these fucking warriors that were just so much better than everybody. And you're like, it can't be because he's better with a fucking sword.
No, he's fit. That's it. The fitness, cardio wins fights.
And but like that spirit,
Yeah.
because that's one thing that I talk about maybe too much, but like there's people that you fucking come across and you don't expect those motherfuckers to have the fight in them that they
Yeah.
do. And like, there's a few of them in my gym.
Yeah.
And there's like, I'll talk about him all the time. And I love this guy. Like he's a 63 kilo fucking dude.
Yeah.
And he's a brown belt. And like that don't die
He's an animal.
ever.
Yeah.
He's never out of a fight. Like
Yeah.
ever. But if you looked at him and he was buying fucking ice cream,
Yeah.
you'd think he was a hipster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that could literally do nothing to you. But it's like some people have literally a warrior spirit.
The inner cunt about them.
Yeah.
Well, that's the same. We got a little guy in our team called Lynchy. So he was a minister before the army.
A minister.
Yeah, so he's like a religious minister. And he's like that same thing, like 65 kilos, 70 kilos, tiny little guy, wears glasses. And he saw me do this sport. And then I was like, oh, do you want to come to training? He's like, you saw, rocked up. Obviously, like throwing him to the ground easily and then just gets back up.
Yeah.
And people keep throwing him down. He gets wailed on by 2-handed axes and just gets back up. I'm terrified of him. I am absolutely terrified because just nothing can hurt him. In my mind, I've never seen him hurt. I've seen a guy that's 6'2" drop him with a halberd, like a 6-foot halberd, and he stood straight back up. It's terrifying. The minister of pain, I call him now.
Yeah, right.
Lynchy, animal.
Yeah, I mean, and there's those motherfuckers are real. So
Yeah.
can you imagine, like, I mean, have you thought about like what it would have actually been like if there was like blades on these things and you could stab?
Well,
like,
I'm thinking like back in those days, they're fighting against like 10,000 people, and you're walking towards, and you got to fight all day in a muddy field in armor. Like I'm gassed after a 90-second round. They've got to do it all day. All day. And if you're tired, you're dead. Someone will come past and just put a dagger in your throat. That's why it's so scary. Like but in saying that though, the knights could walk back to their tent, take their armor off, have a glass of wine, put it back on, and go back out to battle.
that's so. Can you imagine living that lifestyle?
Imagine
bro?
being that squire. You're like, shit, this motherfucker just kills 3 people. Better get him his wine.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, it's. You try to think back in those days, like what it would have been like with like, because if you're in full plate armor back in the day, you're a tank. You're essentially an Abram tank.
Yeah.
The peasants are going to walk past you with their pitchforks, so they don't even bother.
Yeah.
So if the knights fight knights, and the peasants maybe get a cheeky little dagger kill, but they ignore you.
Yeah.
From what I've read, so it's just like
So what has this forced you to go back and like learn about history?
a little bit, like a little, only because the authenticity you need for armor restriction is so high now.
Really?
So like my helmet technically doesn't match my armor. So I got a 15th century like armor, and my helmet's 14th century.
Okay.
So like a lot of like history buffs are like, oh, what are you doing? And
Yeah,
like I
right.
understand, I get it. Don't get your knickers in a knot.
And
But-
so why are you in that one instead of a?
I just love that helmet.
Yeah, that helmet is badass.
I love the look of it, and I actually recently bought a new one, and which is upsetting me because this one still looks 10 times better.
So why have you got the new one?
Because I don't even know, like a lot of my riveting's coming out.
Oh, yeah.
And, like you can replace them, they keep coming out, and all these dints is like wearing the armor down.
Yeah.
So I could probably pop them out, but it's weakening the armor. And then these things are supposed to be consumables, because this thing is like taking the most hits, and you obviously want to upgrade this as much
as you can.
Well, that's keeping you alive.
So where are you buying all this shit?
So a lot of overseas manufacturers from like Ukraine, so Medieval Extreme, Art Armor, the Armory Smith, Age of Craft, awesome awesome. There's so many on Instagram.
Really?
Yeah, so many.
So it's actually like a pretty big.
It's huge.
Within, you know.
Yeah. Well, the guy I fought for the national title, Rob, he's trade now. His full-time job is armorer. So he makes medieval armor for a living.
Fuck.
Dream job.
What a sick cunt.
He's mad, bro. He's good.
That's rad.
He can make. If you get on his Instagram, I'll link you his Instagram. He's crazy.
What is it? Just shout
It's just
it out.
Rob Hayes.
Rob Hayes.
He's got some. Let me get it up. He's got some weird name.
Yeah, we'll pull it up. Give him a plug.
Yeah,
in case anyone wants to buy fucking medieval.
Yeah, it's in Victoria.
I want a sword. Fuck that.
Yeah,
I want a sword or a helmet.
I'll get you some. They're pretty cheap. Like
I want something for in here that's just fucking gangster. And if people want to carry on, we'll go.
You can just get shit custom made. You show a picture to one of these armorers, and they'll make it for you.
So what's his name?
It is. If I can sort this out.
It's just a trip when you really think about like what's fucking actually, you know.
Yeah.
And like just all of the history that's involved.
Well, the Ukrainian Russians haven't stopped doing it since it was an actual thing, I swear.
Really?
Because they're so good at it that they just, like, most of the Ukrainian Russian dudes are all army anyway.
Yeah,
They're scary as hell.
Yeah, Russians are no joke.
Yeah.
ROLORICA. Isn't that what I've done? LOR. Is that what I've done?
Yeah.
Underscore.
But yeah, if you want any armor and it's in Australia,
all
hit him
right,
up.
he's missed the shout out because his name's too fucking. His name's too hard. So just read it out for everyone.
I can say Rob Hayes, so ROBHAYES.
I wonder if that comes up easier. Is that coming up?
There he is.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Fuck, here we go. Larica Scamata.
Yeah.
So he makes all of this shit himself.
That's
here.
him. That's him fighting there. He beat me by 2 points. Not dirty, whatever.
What a gangster.
Yeah, he's a good bloke too. Real good dude.
That's awesome. Fuck, man. This whole thing is just such a, like, I don't even know where to fucking go with all this. There's like a million ways that you could. It's like, what the fuck? But yeah, so you've read a bit of history stuff.
A little, like tiny bits. Literally, I asked.
Does that stuff interest you, or it's just you just love the sport of it?
I love it. It does interest me, but like I like hearing it from other people, like rather than looking it up. I guess I'm lazy in that way. If I have like armor questions, I'll ask one of the older guys in my club that's been doing it for. So a lot of reenactors come into H&B. So they like the reenacting side, but then they want to go that step further into fighting.
Because I suppose that there would be like two ways that you could get into it. There would be like, oh, I'm a history buff that is obsessed with this time period of history.
Yeah.
And that then the step for that would be like, I'm going to get my own armor. I'm going to do these reenactments of battles and tell the history. And then there'd be you crazy motherfuckers that are like, I want blood.
Yeah.
And then you can mix those two, and then I'm sure that the fighting skills and the training, you guys influence those guys, and then they kind of, it just like meets in the middle. Yeah.
Well, you ask a lot of reenactors for like accuracy of armor and weapons. So like if you've got an Eastern European kit, which is like the or a Russian kit, it's all little plates. They can only use certain weapons because they wouldn't have a straight edge sword that have like a saber. Like they may have, but like little rules like that, and like the type of shields they can use and under padding and even cloth they can wear over the top.
Really?
Yeah, it goes pretty deep. That's why like I always ask other people because I'm like, how do I find that?
Does it go too deep, you reckon?
Yeah, 100% it does. Like me with my helmet, like what's the stopping me saying my helmet broke in battle, so I'm using my granddad's helmet?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. And like this, I got my painted vulture on my thingy. That's now not allowed. All my painted armor because it's all chipped. I was like,
what's the difference?
Isn't that the whole point? Like
we're fucking slinging swords at each other.
Savages.
Yeah.
But yeah, it goes a bit deep, but then you got to work around it if you love the sport. So.
I wonder if there's like a way to like make the sport go. I'm just thinking from an outsider in. It's like you've got motocross, and that's like the fucking OG. It's outdoors. It's in summer. It's 2 30-minute motos. That's never fucking changing.
Yeah,
that's the OG version of sport. And then you got Supercross, which is 120 lap main event. It's inside of a stadium with 35,000 fans, and it's it's like a different form of the sport, but it's still racing a dirt bike.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's like some UFC-ified version of what you guys do, where it's like carbon fiber armor.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you could go crazy to where it's like you just protect yourself, have the best weapons, and then it doesn't have to be like historically accurate. It's like we're here for like, this is like the elite level of what this sport could be.
Well, there are heaps of leagues that like WMCF, which is like a another league. They have like 3-minute rounds of pro fighting, which is crazy. Like,
So you do a minute 30.
yeah, minute 30 pro fight rounds.
Fuck, that seems like nothing
And
until you're in there.
Oh my god. Yeah, well, when you chuck it on after this, we'll do a 1 minute 30 little cheeky. There we go.
Fuck that shit.
But yeah, they do have all different tournaments. It's in a cage, like before MMA fights. Like I'm trying to fight for my mate. I don't know if Michael Moss. I don't even know, is it XFC middleweight?
Nah.
Well, I'm trying to get him to fight before one of his MMA fights.
Yeah, right.
But he will go places. That guy's an animal.
Yeah. Dude, the MMA scene in Australia is fucking crazy right now.
Is there like a rabid dog? This guy.
Do you follow much of the scene over here?
No.
Dude, Eternal MMA is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like some really good fights are going down on that shit. I don't know much about the XFC stuff.
Yeah.
Because I mainly follow the Eternal shit.
Yeah.
Like there's legit going to be like four guys and a couple girls that are probably going to go into the UFC from this promotion.
Well, that's why I'm pretty sure Michael Moss is going to do the same.
Yeah,
he's absolutely like animal.
That's sick, eh?
Oh, it's just you see these people train. Like I think I train hard, and then you see these guys, you're like, holy shit! And the stamina I have. I held pads from like 5 3-minute rounds. He didn't stop. It was just drooling out his mouth.
Dude, I got Dennis Hogan coming on this next week.
Oh shit!
Yeah, you know Dennis.
I know he's a fighter,
boxer.
Yeah,
he just fought for a world title in America. Yeah, he ended up losing, but dude, fucking, it's like the levels that, you know what I mean? There's like insane levels to shit. And then you see a dude like him and you're talking about pads and you're just like, fuck, man. Like, that's so gnarly to be doing what you're doing.
And then like, you're like, fuck, what am I doing? I should be training like that. Like,
well, I'm going to try. I haven't spoken about this, but I hurt my shoulder in Vietnam. I crashed the motorbike.
Yeah, oh shit.
And,
I think I saw photos of that.
Yeah, fucking thing. And so I've hurt my shoulder. I don't know exactly what I've done.
Yeah.
'Cause I've got to go get some more scans and shit. But I'm going to do a month where I do 52 jiu-jitsu like classes, sessions in the month. So it'll be like a year's worth of once a week training in 1 month. And it's hard. Like it's going to be gnarly, dude. Like when I do comps and stuff, I'll do 2 a days, probably 3 or 4 of the days, and then 1 a days, and then Sunday off.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, I'm probably doing like 9, 10, 11 sessions a week. And it's like, I'm like not keeping that pace up for an entire month, let alone doing 13 a month, 13 a week for 4 weeks back to back.
Well, you got to pace that shit. Like I don't know if you saw, I did 5K a day every day for 30 days. So I ran, so I did that.
How was that?
It was hard.
Really?
Like it got to like the start of it, I was beating my PBs. I think I'm a shit runner.
So what do you run 5Ks in?
Well, I started off with like 30 minutes, but now I got down to like 23:20.
Yeah.
That was in the middle, and then because I was so fatigued,
it just keeps going.
I went back up to like 25 minutes.
Yeah, that's still not too bad though.
Still good pace for me.
I do like 24, 25.
Yeah, but like I've been trying to do a challenge every month. Like last month, I did the 100 heaves every day, but I only got to 13 days because I got a viral infection because I didn't stop training. Apparently, I trained myself into the ground. Yeah. Because not only I was running 5Ks every day, I was also training in the morning and then afternoon for fighting.
Yeah.
So it was like technically 3 training sessions a day. Monday to Friday, and then I had Sundays off, but still running on the Sunday. Yeah. And then Saturday I trained twice.
So you just run your adrenals into the ground?
All into the ground.
How do you feel like when you were doing that?
I kind of felt like when I was crook, or
just when you were doing that much training.
Did
you have like real low sex drive and shit?
Yeah, I did. Surprisingly for me, massive.
That's adrenal fatigue, bro.
Yeah, I couldn't, like, I turned my wife down once and she thought I was, cheating on her.
Adrenal fatigue, bro.
It was bad.
That's what happens. You just don't have enough, testosterone. Yeah. Like, it's fucking crazy, dude.
Who goes to bed and sleep straight away? No one does that.
I got to that point training last year. Yeah. Where I was just fucking cooked, dude. Yeah. I wanted, nothing to do with sex. I was like, I didn't give a fuck. And I was like, I'm tired from training. But it's like your body just doesn't have enough in its system in terms of hormones to literally rebuild the system. There's just too much stress on the system.
I got so addicted to it that I was like, I didn't want sex, but I didn't want to stop running. Like I was like, I can set myself a goal. I'm going to do this. Like one time I actually ordered a pizza. I was like, treat myself. I was like, oh shit, I actually haven't done my run today. So I had to put that pizza in the oven and go for a run, come back and eat it. Like it just got to that point.
So you didn't skip a day?
Not one day.
Dude, have you listened to the podcast I did with Forrest Goat?
No.
Fuck, he ran 30 marathons in 30 days.
Did you hear about my 5Ks, Mark?
Fuck, right? But like
Fuck.
what you're doing is hard as fuck.
Yeah.
Like I'm not trying to take it
Yeah,
away
no,
from
no,
you.
no.
I'm like, there's motherfuckers out there that just take it to like
The next level.
crazy
Yeah,
levels,
that's
dude.
respect. Holy shit.
Gnarly, huh?
I don't know what to do. I thought my next one was I was going to try write a comedy skit. And then, like, I know it's just not a fitness challenge, but try write a comedy skit and do it at a pub. But,
Dude, that'd be hard.
I know.
That'd be hard.
That's
with
real
your runs,
hard.
Yeah.
But, yeah, and I'm trying to do a challenge every month.
Like, you should just start documenting this shit then.
Yeah.
Because there's so many guys on YouTube that, like, post these, like, I did this for a month. I did that for a month. And it's like, I don't know, man. Like, fucking, it could be, like, a good way to get more.
Yeah.
You know,
maybe.
you take people along for the ride with you and, like, just start fucking small and.
Yeah. Well,
learn
that's why I
shit
try
as
to
you
do
go.
Instagram, try to start small and to see what people, like, how receptive they are of it.
Mm.
But it's surprising how many fighters, like MMA fighters, kickboxers are like, dude, this is sick.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like I got a lot of like international people as well. Like a lot of British boxers love it.
Really?
A lot of Indonesian MMA fighters, randomly enough, follow me. Yeah, they love it. They just love watching it. Like a lot of people in Queensland, like when you fight next, I'll come pull my ute up and have beers and watch you guys punch on.
That's sick.
Yeah, which is you can definitely do. Like our tournaments are usually outside on an oval,
Yeah.
so like people can just pull their cars up, and smash beers, and watch us fight.
Fuck, man, it's so cool,
Yeah.
eh? Have you found that it's grown like since you started pushing the Instagram
Heaps.
stuff?
Well, it's the big push of it at the moment is actually Team Kraken, the team I was telling you about in Melbourne. They got into the Arnold Festival sports, so they were supposed to be fighting at there. Well,
That
they
would've
did.
been
They've done
cool.
it the last 2 years, and like even Arnold, so like there's photos with them with Arnie around them and stuff
Wow.
like that. So it's, they're doing like the best. They're running their gym like a proper fighting gym,
Yeah.
like proper Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays, or proper trainings during the week, proper lessons. Like that's what I'm trying to do up here. It's just a bit hard.
Yeah.
Like people are very flaky.
Yeah.
Like you say you organise a session and only 2 people rock up out of the 8 that said they're coming.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm just trying to get those people that are keen and motivated.
Yeah.
And also this fucking virus is kicking around here and losing their fucking mind, not rocking out the training.
I know, eh?
Yeah, it's killing me. Like I'm going to train after this, but like with who? No one. I'm going to hit some tires with my sword. It's going to be sick.
Yeah. So yeah, talk about what your trainings like looks like for this.
So
And how much better did you get quickly? Because that's like I think one of the things that. So I wanted to do jiu-jitsu for fucking years, man. Like I actually did one class like probably 8 years ago now. And I fucking had a dude slip on the mat like after class. I was sitting with like my arms backwards and he slipped and fell and fucking broke my wrist. So then I was living in America with no health insurance, blah, blah. So that's 8 years where I was like, oh man, maybe I just need to be like back home. And so I put that shit off because I thought that it would take me a long time to get good enough to be able to travel the way that I did and still train. Turns out in 3 months I was going fucking, I went to Thailand after 5 months and trained for fucking 10 days straight.
Yeah, shit.
So I think that's like a bit of a barrier for people. They're like, it'll take so much time, but it's like, how much time did it take you of like, you know, going all the way to fucking actually get to a proficient level where you can enjoy it?
I think it would have been, well, there's fights on Instagram when I started and I was absolute rubbish, but I think it was like maybe like 3 months of constant, like I was armoring up with my mate Chris probably 4 times a week, and a lot of people only armor up once a month. So I was armoring up like 3 to 4 times a week every day, every week for like 3 months. And this went from me hitting someone with a sword like and hammer to actually doing proper combos and fluid. But probably 6 months of constant training, I got to a point where I'm like, I could probably win a tournament.
Yeah.
But that was just because I was just so determined. I was like, I'm gonna get good at this sport. Like I know that this is what I'm meant to be doing. But yeah, it went from switching from, so I usually fight in orthodox when I'm boxing, but I went to, and now I'm doing southpaw with my sword because my sword foot's forward's got more reach with my sword. So now I swatch in a pro fight, I go back and forth from southpaw to orthodox. It's just, it took 6, maybe as I say, nearly close to a year to be as good as I am now. And like with the end goal of being better than everyone in Australia. Yeah. Obviously overseas is a different kettle of fish because there's some animals out there.
So what are you looking at now? Like what is being better than everybody in Australia to you look like? Like what sort of shit have you got to get better at?
So it'd just be my armor fitness itself. Yeah. And also kind of like armor prep. So my armor needs to fit me so well that I don't even know what's on me. So right now it's pretty good, but I can make it better. Like if you see people dance around, like people look like they're just boxing in it. Like with me, I'm kind of sluggish. Yeah, okay. Like kind of like a walking tank when people are just bouncing around like light on their feet. That and also endurance and knowing the person I'm fighting weaknesses. So like I know the next people I'm fighting, I know their weaknesses. But it's hard if you're versing someone from like obviously you would know if you're fighting someone you don't know.
I never know anyone.
Yeah, you probably you enter in tournaments and you have no idea who these people are.
Yeah, I've never even fought. The only times I've fought somebody twice is when I'll do like the gi division and then a no gi division.
Yeah.
And then, but even then, like, you really sort of don't know. Like, I pretty much have to go to every tournament, and all I think about is what I'm going to do.
Yeah,
like, I don't even think about anyone else's shit. Like, I actually don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But if I was going to do a fight May or something, but I think my shoulder's going to stop that.
Yeah,
but I was going to do a fight, and then I'd probably get to, like, look at the dude's Instagram.
Yeah.
But even then, I'm like, fuck, I don't even know if I'll, like, want to do that.
Yeah, because you could psych yourself out.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that when you do a BJJ fight, is that just the one fight? So you like...
Nah, so it's all tournament stuff. So, like, pretty much... So, when I did the Queensland titles last year, to win the title, I had to fight 4 times in one division and then 3 times in the other division. Yeah. And to win, you've got to win every fight.
That's the same as the H&B, yeah.
Yeah. So, and then, I don't know any of those people. It's 5-minute rounds. So, it's like 20 minutes worth of fights on the one division and then, 15 on the next. But none of them went longer than a minute.
Yeah.
But, like, that's
still,
so...
It adds up, man. It's like compounding interest. It'll get you.
That's so gnarly that you guys only have to do... And I mean only as in, like
it's...
I bet it's fucked up, that 90 seconds.
First 30 seconds in, so I'll do, like, 2 combos. And I'll be like, so surely it's a minute. And you're fragged. And you're like, holy fuck. I've got to keep going. It's gross. It's a whole different thing, but with the new helmet I bought, it's like I hate admitting it. It's called a wolf rib. So it's like just like a cage on my face now, so you can breathe and see very easily. And I've insulted a lot of people because of that helmet, and now I'm one of those people.
Why is that? Because it just makes it so much easier.
Makes it so much easier, and I don't like the look of it.
Yeah.
But I've subbed it out, so I can put that cage on, and I can put it like another full plate, so you can like loosen it off, put another plate face on.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's like little things like that you have to do if you want to get to that next level. That's just my point of view, though. That's not.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's not gospel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just everything like that.
And so that armor modification stuff, like that's a big deal to like getting better.
Well, the lighter you are, the more like stamina you're gonna have.
Yeah.
So
how do you feel when you're just sparring and training? Like, does that 90 seconds feel the same every time, whether you're in tournaments or 100%. Sparring? Fuck, that's crazy. I feel like I've never gotten like. Obviously I have, but I feel like every time I fight, I'm like, fuck, I've got to be 30 times fitter than I am now. Even at my peak. Not being crook, I was like, shit, I need to get so much better. But I was technically training more than the people I was fighting. But to myself, I was like, I'm not going to be able to win anything in this condition. Because you'll see, like, on the pro fights, on YouTube even, like, halfway through their fights, they got the sword in the shoulder and they're just fragged. It's just, I just don't know how to... Biggest thing for me is kind of lying to tell them I'm not tired. So if I'm really fragged, I'll try and bounce around. Yeah. So it looks like, oh shit, if he can bounce around, he doesn't. But like inside, like my mouth's open, I'm drooling all over my face. There's snot coming out of my nose. Dude, I do that shit. Like I do the most lazy jiu-jitsu, like humanly possible.
Yeah.
And when people like even in competitions, I'll be like, and I'll do like shit to fuck with people. I'll be like, I'll scratch my neck and I'll just do like all the literally I do that. I'd like just to go like I'm not tired here.
When are you gonna try?
I don't, and it makes people, gives them like a sense of urgency that like, fuck, I need to push the pace.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty tired, but I'm just fully trying to sell people on the fact that like I'm chilling.
That's actually my whole way of fighting. It's just acting like I don't care.
Yeah.
Like playing around with my sword before like fight is flicking around like this, but inside I'm just like, but no one can see. So
yeah, that's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, it's mental. Like the headspace you got to get into before you fight's pretty crazy too, because the rest of the people you're fighting,
Yeah.
Like if I'm fighting someone, I'm like, I know this guy. I talked to him like 2 seconds ago.
Yeah.
But still, like then you're looking through the helmet and you just get like everything else
glimpses.
And like I'm looking through his helmet and like, everything else is black, and I'm just focusing on his helmet, going like, I'm gonna have to kill you. I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah.
Like it just gets.
I never feel bad.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I don't even fucking think about it. I kind of feel bad after.
Yeah.
Well, I'm like, man, like that dude fucking traveled from here and he just got fucked up. So but like that makes me feel bad. But in the moment, but I was saying to this, I had Josh Kuhn on the podcast, and he is an amateur MMA fighter. He's trying to go pro, but no one wants to fucking fight him in a pro fight.
Yeah.
He knocks dudes out in 10 seconds.
Yeah, no
like
thanks.
3 fights in a row.
Oh shit.
And but I was saying to him that like every time I've ever done any kind of competition, faceless opponents.
Yeah.
Like I just don't care. Like they just have to be there for me to win. That's literally it. Like, and I don't pay any attention. I don't like, it doesn't matter. I've just literally got to go in. I got to do what I got to do as quick as possible. Like I'm not thinking about points. I'm not thinking about what sweep. I'm literally just like, I got to finish this dude
as quick as I can.
ASAP.
Save the energies.
Yeah. And then leave.
Yeah.
Like, and then I just, that's my whole thing. But yeah, so I don't have that like, sorry dude.
Bro.
Yeah, I've got nothing. I'm like, I'm leaving. Like I'm here because I don't really enjoy. That's one of the things like probably interesting to get your take on. Like, I don't even know that I enjoy the competition that much.
No, because you're in that much pain.
Yeah.
I find like I kind of dread it. Like as soon as I start fighting, it's all right. But as soon as you get to that point, you're like, I'm gonna be in so much fucking pain right now. Like, what's the point? Do I like this sport? And then after you fight and you look back, you're like, fuck, that was mad.
Yeah, well, like, that's the thing is like you kind of do it just for the reflection.
Yeah, 100%.
Because there's like an accomplishment there, and you know that. Because for me, I'm like I go into these competitions, and it's like it's just a battle of will between me and myself every day. It's like, am I going to go to training? Am I too sore? Fucking don't be a bitch.
Yeah,
like you got to go.
100%.
Like so, it's just and it's all because you've got this date, and that's where it's like it's almost like. I'm not fighting another person on this date. It's like, if I show up, I've beat myself.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
And then the competition to me kind of doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really give a fuck. Like, the only reason I want to do good in the competition is for everybody else. I don't give
It's a selfless act.
I don't give a fuck about like, because all it is like, I win competition in terms of me personally by, like, signing the registration forms and just being on that mat when they call my name. Yeah. That's me winning at the fucking because I hate it. Like, I hate the process.
Yeah.
And it's like you have to be in this weird fucking and it sounds trivial to people that might not do it, or they're like, oh, it's just fucking jiu-jitsu, you're not even doing that, or you're in armour, or you know what I mean? But it's like, no, it's a fucking battle with me every day because 100%. Like, it's uncomfortable. And if I lose in front of all those people, like, I don't really want to win. I just want to not lose. Yeah. Because I don't want to fucking lose in front of my friends. Yeah. Don't want to lose in front of my family.
People come to watch you and you're like, what's the point of watching you lose?
Exactly.
Like, cheers.
Yeah, I tell people all the time, like, I don't want you to come and see me. Like, I'll fucking post it on Instagram if I win, and I won't if I lose. I was like, I don't give a fuck. But I don't want to lose for the team, and then I don't want to lose, like, have people watch me lose. But the winning doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Well, that's like the team fight. If you're last one standing versus two other people, even though there's two people against you, you're like, fuck, I've got to win this. And if you lose against two people, you're still so hard on yourself. Yeah. But you're like, you're versing two other dudes, like, relax, don't be so hard. But it's just your teammates, because they're all like, oh, come on, he can win, and you don't.
Have you ever had a scenario where you've had that 2-on-1 and you've beat them?
Yeah, there's actually a video on my Instagram. It kind of seems like I had unlimited lives, but they, when I fell to the ground, they kind of dragged me down with them, and then allowed to do that. So if you throw someone, it's called suiciding. They can drag you down with you. Most refs will stand you back up. Oh, yeah.
Why is this not going back?
But it's happened a few times, versing two people. And that's the most... It's when you just look for the weakest person and take them out first.
How do you spell your thing again?
SWRIDE.
Oh, yeah. So what is it?
SWRIDE.
Yeah, there you go. So which is, you just pointed out.
Should be that scene with the two people on the left.
This one?
Yeah.
So this is you with two dudes.
Yeah, there's a guy. I'm behind the other guy because my teammate gets taken down straight away.
Oh, right. So we're gonna
see, they're wearing Russian, like Eastern European armor. Had tungas, and we're Western European knights.
Oh, so
there's the different styles.
Yeah, right. Fuck this shit. So it's 2-on-2 at this point. Yeah. So now it's...
Yeah, now it's 2v1.
2v1.
So now what I do is I like to drag them in. Because if I start striking in a group fight, there's no point. Because it's not points, you're going for the takedown.
Yeah. So what's your strategy here?
So I grapple the weakest one, or that most unfittest one, and I wait for them to get fragged out. Yeah. And then I like to wear both of them down. So I fell over there, but that gate's not supposed to fall down.
Yeah, okay.
So I would have been fine if it was standing up.
Yeah. So how did you determine who's the weakest one?
Well, I train with these guys.
Oh, so this is your boys.
Yeah. So I know who has the, like, you see this guy's he's not very strong. See, like my armor got hooked on his arm.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, just stand back up.
So he's out now.
Yeah.
And so why wasn't the other dude hitting you?
He should have been.
Yeah. So he was being a bitch.
Yeah, pretty much.
He was probably trying to save energy because he knew.
Yeah, well, he's probably really fragged as well.
Yeah. So how long had you been fighting for at this point?
So we've done like 3 more fights before this, and in the sun
yeah, you
as well.
look fucking
Oh, I
tired.
was cooked, eh?
Yeah, you look tired. You could just see that sucking
Yeah.
in the big ones. Just
And like this one there, like I don't want to do anything, but I just don't want to lose.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Give me my sword.
Yeah, give me my sword.
So these dudes are your mates.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's cool.
You can see this guy's fragged. He's
Yeah.
absolutely wrecked. That's Chino. He's actually a really good guy.
Yeah.
But see, he just kind of collapses.
Yeah. How big is he?
He's quite a bit. He's close to 6 foot.
Yeah. Yeah. He looks like a big dude, eh?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
You're playing a weird game.
So
but
you
it's
should,
kinda-
you should come down to the club and have a proper fight.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that kind of it sucks about today. Like I can't really do anything because my shoulder's fucked.
That's all right.
But
I can still hit you though.
yeah, dude, I'll put some shit on
Yeah,
and fucking
yeah,
cop a
fucking
whack.
That's good. Like I could get this chair. I could throw this chair at you and you wouldn't feel it. I could
It's-
push you down those stairs
Really?
and you would feel nothing.
It's that good.
It's that good.
That's fucking crazy.
I work on my kid all the time. Like I've got gaps, but if you're just standing still like this, like if anyone, you're not gonna get hit.
Really?
Like even if I had a sharp sword, you're not gonna get hurt through that.
Yeah. So that's the only real difference is that so you're not jousting, like you can't actually stab with the sword.
Yeah.
So if you even a blunt sword, the way that you guys do it, and you stabbed, that'd go through the armor.
Not the armor. I think it's more just the visors.
Okay.
So like, see, like the sword is only like that.
Yeah.
big.
So it
It's
could
gonna
go
slip
through
straight
there,
through.
and you're fucked.
Yeah.
So, but is it like, are you missing out on like a big part of swordsmanship in
Yes.
general?
So that's why a lot of swording disciplines. So scheme.
Like fencing and stuff?
Yeah, fencing. I used to fence actually at school. I did. I
Really?
used to be state champion fencer.
Fuck,
back
so
at
you,
school.
this is just all just a
Yeah.
culmination of your being.
So a lot of fencing footwork is actually really good for this.
Yeah.
A lot of like sword discipline arts hate us.
Yeah.
Because they're like, that's not a historical method. Like you're not doing
Yeah.
a historical.
Yeah, but like, fuck, we
Yeah.
can't die.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna die for a sport.
Yeah.
But they don't like it because of that point. Like, oh, you're not stabbing, you're not doing.
Yeah.
Like I could beat you in 2 moves. It's like, cool, bro. Put
Yeah.
the armor on and let's punch on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of things. A lot of people like I said, the reenactors. A lot of reenactors don't like this sport because it looks like a pub brawl.
Yeah.
You know,
But like, if you're on a battlefield and
not
you're
gonna
in
be-
fucking
yeah,
mud, and
100%.
it's like, you can't say.
I'm not gonna play a set of rules when you're about to stab me in the neck with a knife.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna
Yeah.
be just straight do whatever the fuck you can to
I'll
kill
be aiming
that
for the
dude.
groin. I'll be punching for the groin.
Yeah.
I'll be doing everything. Yeah,
That's fucking hectic.
it's great. I can't wait for you to fight in armor. It's gonna be so good.
I'd love to just
You're
try
doing
it randomly
you're
one
doing
day.
it.
Yeah,
You're part of the club now.
it's gonna be fucking cool. The problem with me though is like I just get too obsessed with shit.
That's good.
And I
That's what
need-
we need. We need that in the team.
Nah, I
we
can't
need that
be doing
attitude.
that shit.
We
I
need
got
that
I got a black belt to get. I
Yeah.
fucking made my goals.
We need a black belt. We do need a black belt in the team.
Oh, that's fucking funny, dude. It'd be like a gnarly G up to go and fucking actually fight some cunt one day. And this shit, like,
We
I
should
just
hit up one
kinda-
of your mates. You know anyone that would fight you? Because we got armor that you could use my armor, or I can get someone else, and I can get one of my mates to give him your armor, and you could G up a fight. I'll train you. My friend will train the other guy.
be so gnarly.
Yeah, just a two rounds. That's all you train for. Just a couple of weeks of pre-training, and then it's on.
Be super weird, but like
Yeah.
it'd be fucking cool to do.
Yeah, it's good. Well, like we do a lot of expeditions in front of, like we did a Kaikushin tournament. We fought for them.
Yeah.
So like, if you got any BJJ tournaments you want on the fight out, let us know.
Yeah, well, dude, I've been thinking. I'm like, I wonder what kind of shit we could get you at because there's definitely like some cool stuff.
Yeah.
That I'm doing that month of this like
Which is
month of
crazy, by the way.
jiu-jitsu.
That's a lot of work.
It's gonna be gnarly.
That's
yeah.
a lot of work.
Well, I just want it to be. I want to so like on that month, I'm gonna have people come on the podcast that are like jiu-jitsu related. So
Yeah.
like Jeremy Skinner is like,
Hot tips.
yeah, just well, I want to. A lot of times, like on the podcast, we're not really talking about the sport super specifically. It's just
Yeah.
about the people and having a chat. But people that listen to the podcast are like, oh, I don't really know much about jiu-jitsu. I don't want to sit and listen to people talk about jiu-jitsu. So it's like, I'd really like to be able to get people on that do jiu-jitsu
Yeah.
and like have the people that listen to this still be as interested just as them as people, because like if you've got a black belt in jiu-jitsu, like you've been through some crazy shit
100%.
to get that, and it's like it's a person worth listening to.
Yeah.
And so that's really like my big goal for doing it is like I'll surround myself with these people. We do the month of training, but have all these jiu-jitsu people come on the podcast that are training with me. but not really talk about jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Leave that for like the videos and you know, and then just try and be like, look, they're cool motherfuckers.
Yeah, soak in that energy.
Yeah, you
help
should listen.
week,
Yeah, you should listen to these cunts. They fucking kill it at life.
Yeah.
You can't get a black belt by being a bitch.
Yeah, exactly right.
You know
How
what
long
I
does it
mean?
take to get it? Like 10 years?
10 years pretty
Yeah.
much. But you can do it sooner. Like that guy Sean, I was saying, I think he's been training for 6 or 7 years, maybe. Yes, one of those, 6 or 7, and he's just got his brown belt. So like he could probably in a year and a half get his black belt.
That's quick.
So it's like, because he works at the gym, he trains every day, he
Yeah.
does every competition. Like he's already winning brown belt competitions. He only just got it.
Yeah.
So it's like a very sliding scale.
Yeah, wow.
But like it took me fucking 2 years just to get my blue belt.
Yeah.
So it's like, but then it could take a year to get there's no set sort of
Do
criteria
you ever think
for
about
it.
like that 2 years that you got your blue belt in, like in the percentage of like the world of people? How many people you could beat in the ground game just for those 2 years?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I think
Millions,
that-
billions.
Yeah.
Millions of people you could
Yeah.
beat.
I think that now, like even, it's like one of the cool things about just being able to, like a skill in general with like boxing and this is why people fucking should do it. Even, you won't get in a fight.
No.
Because nowadays I think about myself in a situation where like I had a dude come up to me in a fucking nightclub and he's like talking shit and I'm like, hey man, how good are you at jiu-jitsu?
Yeah.
Yo, you don't do jiu-jitsu? Okay, I do jiu-jitsu and I fucking won an Australian title for it. 2.
Yeah.
So, do you think you can beat me? No. That's so like why bother?
Yeah.
And then even on my end, like let's say that dude did want to fight me. I'm like, well fuck. Now I would then have to try and defend myself in this situation, in this bar or nightclub.
On the ground. Yeah.
I'm going to choke this dude, like more than likely. And if you fucked someone up like real easily to where everybody's like, oh, look at this fucking asshole. Like he knows what he's doing. He just fucked that guy.
Yeah.
There's
You're the bad guy.
Yeah, there's no situation where it's like a positive thing that I choke somebody in public.
Yeah.
You're never going to look like a good dude, even if it was unless he was like hitting a chick or, you know what I mean? There's like some lines that you shouldn't cross in public to where like, I'm probably going to try and fuck up that person.
Yeah.
But like, it'd have to be, extreme, like fucking hitting a chick or something weird with a kid or like an animal or there'd be some circumstances where I would like,
Happily,
I would do that and feel okay about it.
Yeah.
But just in a guy, like an altercation in a bar, like that's not a fucking reason to get in a fight with somebody or somebody in traffic. Like,
road rage is the worst.
But when you have skills and it's like, I test my skills the same the way that you do, you can have confidence in knowing. And it's even like I can have the confidence to stand there with that guy and be like, "Hey man, like how good are you at jiu-jitsu?"
Yeah.
I got cauliflower. Have you got cauliflower ears?
I have one cauliflower.
But it's like you get that from doing certain shit.
Yeah.
And if you haven't got, it's that simple. You know?
Well, it's good to have that confidence. Like obviously I grew up fighting.
You'd have the same thing from boxing.
Confidence the whole time. Like that's why like if I ever had kids, the first thing they do when they can is learn how to fight.
Dude, and chicks that do
100%.
jiu-jitsu, like when you get raped, you're in closed guard.
Yeah, 100%.
That's the fundamental position of jiu-jitsu. If you can learn how to do a cutting armbar, a fucking triangle, a guillotine, a sit-up sweep, a kimura, and then you go, the version of that is like, oh, well, what if it's like a big dude? There's that.
Yeah.
But I'm putting myself in the position of a fucking weird cunt that would rape somebody.
Yeah.
If there's a chick that has even one shred of skill while I'm like trying to do that, I'm like fucking bail out of here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, because a dude, it's a dark topic.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But at the end of the day, it's like you should.
What better skill to have, but
you should want to know
100%.
something. If you're a chick, you're not gonna get in a boxing match with a guy.
No.
Like a guy's not gonna fucking
throw down. Yeah.
You to get fucking raped as a girl, you've got to be on the ground, essentially.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, fuck, we could get into the nitty gritties, but
it's
like
getting dark now.
but let's, you know what I mean, 80% of the time.
Yeah.
So it's like have a fucking skill in the position that you would most likely
vulnerable
be, you know,
position.
because you are most vulnerable position for a girl in that situation would be on your back with the guy in between your legs.
Yeah.
That's the position. So it's like that is literally a fundamental position of jiu-jitsu.
100%.
And it's like, you know, the guy might be bigger, the guy might be stronger. If like he fully was just super committed to it and wanted it bad and you weren't gonna stop him, maybe you wouldn't stop him.
Yeah.
But let's say he's fucking a little bit scared, a little bit anxious, a little bit nervous about what he's doing, or he's fucking, you know, there's probably some scenarios where if you put up a decent enough fight, he's going to bail.
Yeah.
If you put up a decent enough fucking fight with a crocodile, he can let you go.
Yeah, 100%.
You know,
Yeah.
there is that
Yeah.
chance. Like, if it's a legitimate fear, because it'd be fucking gnarly to be a chick, dude.
What do you mean?
Well, like, you are strong as fuck.
Yeah.
Way bigger. At any point, like, a girl's walking home alone.
Yeah.
Like, physically,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
That-
There is that. And, like, from knowing, like, obviously we all know girls, but it's like, you know girls and you've heard them say, like, can you walk me here? I don't really want to go there.
Yeah.
Chicks live with that shit
Yeah, it's
every
bad.
fucking
And
day of
it's-
their life.
It sucks that it has to be like that, and I hate that. And I wish I could just be everywhere for them. Like,
Yeah.
just suited up in armor, just walking people home. You know, that's the best service. Like an armored walk home service.
That'd be fucking
It's like
funny,
an
dude.
Uber, it's an app. Night. You want a night to walk you home? There you go. Boy.
Dude, you want a viral fucking YouTube video?
Yeah.
That's your viral
Yeah,
YouTube video,
yeah.
bro.
I was gonna just go on the Chermside of that armor and just say, follow me on Instagram, just walk around shops, just doing everyday stuff.
Nah, what you should do, if you want to, like, do something weird, have a fucking sword and a shield or an axe and go to, like, a fucking nightclub
Just
at
wait
3
out-
in the morning when it's
wait
like
out the
lockout.
front, yeah.
Wait out the front and just have a sign and just say, I'll walk you home to protect you.
Yeah.
That's like a sick fucking viral video, bro. As if people aren't going to watch
Copyright
that shit.
to
Yeah, copyright to Gypsy Tales
Yeah,
and Sam Wright. But, like,
we could do it.
that'd be a fucking funny
That'd be
video.
good.
But yeah, like,
How safe would you feel, Bart?
dude, I'd feel fucking
Yeah.
safe. I
You
feel
need anyone
like
walked after this?
I was going to say, I feel like I'm a fairly capable dude. I'd feel fucking safe.
Yeah, I work for Mead and Gold Coins.
What, yeah.
Quests.
I
Some
work
quests.
I work for ale,
Yeah.
ale and
And a bar
s-
wench.
and spices.
Sea salts.
When you'd be watching like Game of Thrones
Oh,
and
yeah.
shit these days, and
It's
like,
watching. Oh, yeah, it's not going to work against armor.
how much do you actually watch that shit? Like,
Yeah,
'cause
I
there
love-
would be like legit swordsmanship in that.
Yeah, there's some great swordsmanship, but then you see like some guy cut a guy's breastplate. He's like,
Oh yeah,
He's like, oh
yeah.
wow.
They've got to do that though.
Yeah, they have to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I watch a lot of it. It's great. Like it's good. A lot of there's actually that the movie King. It's on Netflix at the moment. It's awesome. You should watch it. It's got like bulk knights and armor. It's about the Battle of Azincourt.
Yeah. Okay.
Long story short, the English versus the French, and English have less numbers, so they push these people in this muddy paddock pretty much, and the French come down in massive armor, and, the French knights get stuck in the mud technically, and they slip over, and then all the English have got no armor, and they run in and they just start
Really?
stabbing. It's sick.
Fuck.
But you should watch that movie, by the way.
Yeah.
But it's
I don't have a TV at the moment.
don't.
This is the only TV I've got.
Let's get it up. Let's watch it.
And I'm like, fuck this place. I'm getting out of it as soon as possible.
Are you going somewhere?
No. Like, just I'm not sticking around here after work to
Oh,
watch
sweet.
movies. The fucking room consumes my life
Oh shit! How long do you spend in here?
all day.
This is pretty like scary if you think about it. Do you ever get scared up here?
Nah,
I would.
jiu-jitsu, bro.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, but I'm thinking like ghosts. This is like who owned this before you?
Dude, this was like a fucking meth lab. Not a lab, but there was like just junkie central in here.
There's some ghosts in here, bro.
I don't really worry about like I don't know.
Can you choke out? Have you ever seen anyone choke out a ghost?
Nah.
Yeah.
Casper was the homie though.
Yeah, he was pretty sweet. He,
So,
he got shit done for the boys.
Maybe ghosts just have a bad rap.
Oh yeah, I'm saying I've never seen anyone choke out. I've never seen.
Do you
anyone
believe in that shit?
I do a little bit.
Really?
I used to work in a hospital. And I've seen
I was gonna say, like, what have you seen that
I've
makes
seen
you believe in that?
only like I was working in a hospital as a theatre technician, so I was like cleaning up after the operations, prepping patients for surgery. And I was cleaning up one night, and I flicked off like there's 3 theatres, and the theatre 3 flicked off, theatre 2 flicked off, clean up, and I was like, oh shit, I left theatre 3 light on. Went in there, and there was some guy plugging in a camera to the tower, which is like you get looking through procedures. And I was like, oh bro, I'll get the light for you. I switched it on, there was no one there. And I was just like, yeah, I thought like, a full thought of someone was plugging in the camera. There's no camera on the tower, wasn't even on. It freaked me the fuck out.
How dark was it in there?
It was like ambient light. It was like there's like a one down light was on in the room.
Yeah.
It was scary as fuck.
How vivid was the dude?
Very.
Really?
Like all I can see was a guy in scrubs bending down and plugging something in. I was like, oh, I'll get that light for you, dude. Didn't know anyone was in here. Nothing.
I could see how that'd freak you
It
out.
freaked me because my dad was actually working in theatre 1. I ran back to him.
Really?
Yeah.
How old were you?
I was like 20, but
Yeah,
he just
okay.
happened to work in the same hospital as me.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, holy shit, Dad, protect me.
Wow.
Then he called me a pussy. So
Yeah. I guess I just haven't like really seen anything that would like make me ever worry about ghosts. I was scared of the dark as a kid.
Yeah.
Like heavily scared of the
Yeah.
dark. Because my dad was just a cunt.
Yeah.
Like we used to have to go out of the house down this like side gate and there was no light. And
Yeah.
like where we lived, there was like no fucking street lights.
Yeah.
Like no, I think they ended up putting street lights there, but like it was dark. Like it was just moonlight. And there was fucking cane toads and snakes.
Shit.
Like grew up in Cairns.
yeah, yeah.
So it was just a fucking labyrinth to a
Yeah, yeah.
10-year-old.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I was fucking scared of that until I was maybe 15. Like,
Yeah.
just I hated
Yeah,
fucking
it's just the
going-
unknown, I tell you that much.
Yeah.
It's terrifying. We had a shed, but Mum used to lock us in outside in the farm if we were naughty.
Really?
The shed was terrifying.
How big was the farm that you grew up
Like
on?
100 acres.
It's a big farm.
It's big enough, yeah. It's big enough to go shooting on.
What stuff did you guys farm there?
Just like super fun merino sheep, so sheep wool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
Horses
right.
and stuff,
Yeah.
which would be mad for jousting. Everyone thinks like, oh, so you joust. It's like, well, I don't have a $30,000 horse, so no, I don't.
Is that how much a horse would
Yeah.
cost to joust?
Oh, yeah. Probably more than that.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
So you need a special horse.
Oh, you need like a weapon of a horse.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Talk me through that. How does
Oh,
that work?
I don't joust, but I'm assuming you need like a horse that can carry, because the horse has got armor as well. So that horse needs to carry armor, armor, and train to run at another horse with a gun top with a big old stick.
So guns are just so much more efficient than all this
So-
bullshit.
So good. Yeah, like if I really want to be proficient at killing people, I just shoot them.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, that's why we've got guns.
yeah,
eh?
yeah. Like this is probably good for Australia because we don't have like guns.
Yeah.
So like if I walk down a supermarket and want some toilet paper, I just go down in that. And just
What's like? Is there any laws around being in public in a full set of armor?
maybe carrying an axe and a sword because
Yeah.
it's like
Weapons.
your weapon, but like in armor, I think you're good to go. But in saying that though, like my mittens, like my gauntlets are like
They're
steroid,
like knuckle busters, yeah.
yeah. You'll see, you can punch the crap out of anything, and it won't hurt your hand. It's a big day.
It's fucking hectic. I wonder, like, have you been out in public that not at a tournament in it?
I went
Then
to-
you're
I
going
went-
into like kind of weirdo mode, but
Yeah.
like, fuck, it is.
I
what
went
it
to a
is.
service station without a helmet on and had full because I needed to fill up.
Yeah.
And
So you're on the way to.
yeah, well, I actually just finished training, and my mate lived down the road, so I was like, I'll fill up and go to his house and get unchanged. So I was full plated up. Went to a survey to buy wood for the fire, I think kindling for his fire, and they always laughed at me. I was like, oh, see you guys.
Well, just like you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
You know, like it looks like a fucking. It's
Like,
just a costume.
Somebody shouted out, nerd.
Really?
No,
I was gonna say, yeah. Well, you are a fucking nerd.
Oh, 100%.
But you're a killer nerd.
Yeah, it's the best. It's the best up. And I'm a big old gamer too. Like I'll game all day. I'm probably going home after I train in this game all night.
Really? What
Yeah.
kind of games are you playing?
League of Legends, great
Yeah.
game, and Call of Duty at the moment,
Yeah. Okay.
and a bit of World of Warcraft. But
I've never had a PlayStation in my life. Like, never really gamed.
yeah,
I've lived with people that have had them in
Yeah.
games, so I've played like Call of Duty
yeah,
and pretty much Call of Duty,
Yeah.
and then Supercross. But with this impending fucking quarantine, I think I'm gonna get a PlayStation for in here so that we can
100%.
just like game
Yeah,
and
game it
fucking
out.
stream some games because Supercross just brought out a new game,
yeah.
so you can actually like race in the fucking stadiums
shit.
and do all the guys that like we have
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
podcast. You can
They'll be
actually
like,
play.
you won't even
again.
talk, man. You'll just be in here killing it.
Yeah, because I'm kind of anticipating the fucking Corona shutdown.
Oh, I don't know if I should be telling you this. It's from my dad, who's got the hot tip on everything health. Apparently, at the end of the week, everything's gonna be closed down, apart from like supermarkets, chemists, takeaway. Like Uber Eats will still be kicking.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything else will be shut down.
I got a friend in China. That's exactly how it was
Yeah.
for her.
Yeah.
And they were like doing temperatures,
Mm-hmm.
temperatures every time they like went in and out of a building,
Mm-hmm.
disinfecting the fucking subways.
Are they
like-
good now? I'm pretty sure they're not bad.
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure like China will be the first country that kind of relaxes everything
Yeah.
because they've been dealing with it for the longest.
Yeah.
But they went ham, dude. Like even Uber drivers. I wonder how like I'm kind of excited and interested at just how weird this whole fucking deal is gonna get.
It's gonna be sweet.
Well, did you see Trump tested positive for it yesterday?
Did he?
Yeah, well, I got a link. I should actually, before I say that, I should go through this link and just double check that is true. I looked at where
Tom Hanks has it.
Yeah, he got it good.
What's in with the going to islands and getting trapped, eh?
Yeah, I know. Fuck right. Hang on, I just got to find this.
Is that meme?
Oh, World Health. Wait, so this is worldhealth.now.sa. Fuck, cunt. Trump does not have it. I was like, I'm not saying this until I check this fucking link.
I've been fucked with that guy so many times.
And I was like,
No pun intended.
I was like, I'm literally thinking, I'm like, I need to check this fucking link. And then I was like, worldhealth.sh sounds like shit. Jono, fuck you.
That's great. Yeah.
But yeah, like, I think it's going to get fucking weird.
Freaky.
It's going to be interesting. Like, I was reading an article about we're not going to die from coronavirus. It's not going to wipe out the species. But what are the lasting effects of coronavirus going to be? And I was like, yeah.
People's hygiene goes up.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. Like, this would be an interesting article to just like see what people are thinking of this. But like, masks are going to be commonplace.
Yeah.
Like, people are going to be really used to masks. People are going to be more germ.
Sanitizers on buses, I reckon. Just.
Yeah. People are going to be way more like germ conscious.
Yeah.
And another thing that they were saying, well, like, so my mum's working from home now. So she's already working from home. Yeah, pretty much everyone's going to be working from home.
NBN baby's going to be down.
That doesn't, yeah, that'll be fucked.
Gaming.
But yeah, everybody is going to get more used to working from home. People are going to come back from this whole corona thing and they're going to go,
why do I need to be here?
Yeah, I could like save an hour and a half each way on my commute. And I kind of like did everything and the world kept turning and like I did my job. I think that could potentially change the way that people work.
I never thought about that.
There is some kind of cool things that can happen because it's like, this is something that has like affected the species in terms of like humanity as
world.
A group of people. Yeah. And it's like, there's not much that happens that affects the species.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you look in evolutionary terms, like when you evolve is when something affects a large enough percentage of the species.
Yeah.
And then they want to change. So like physiologically, we're pretty much done evolving in terms of like, I'm not getting 3 arms anytime soon if just because I play fucking PlayStation with 3 control. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But socially, look how much we've like you're the fucking last of a dying breed of people that actually fight in armor. Like we moved away from that. That was an issue that affected us as a species is like battle.
Yeah.
So this is like a thing now that will affect the species. And you look at what they were referencing was like the GFC in 2008. That affected the species.
Yeah.
Like that was a global fucking recession. So things have changed, and they were saying in the article like a list of shit that's changed since 2008 with like the way that banks will lend money and like just the economy in general. Even now that they're saying that because China got shut down for so long, or like there's been all of this sort of unrest in China, and then with companies that basically in all of their shit is manufactured in China. You've got like $1 billion companies that only have one country that they get their shit from. So now they're going to go, this whole fucking corona thing is probably going to change the way these big corporations actually manufacture products so that they can have like a fucking, it can just be like a valve to where it's like, that country's done, turn off the valve until it gets better. We've got these. So it's not like once the fucking, you get one hole in the ship, this whole thing is going to sink. Yeah. There's going to be these shut off valves and multiple different countries that they manufacture things from. Could potentially mean that people would be more inclined to manufacture at home now.
Yeah, that could be. It could be good things as well, like Australian-made products. Like everyone's going to be just looking inwards now.
The thing too, man, that's fucking cool that I'm excited for. Like, I'm honestly excited if this happens. I've got 2 books that I've been trying to write for fucking ages, and it's like I don't work on these books.
Yeah,
because I've got too much shit to do.
Yeah.
And it's like, if I want to write these books, I need to allocate time. But it's like, fuck, if we got to stay home, I'm writing these motherfucking books. Like, I'm getting this shit done.
It's a bit of you time, really.
Exactly. And like, everyone is going to be like staring down the barrel of time with themselves.
Yeah.
And it's
I think about going hunting. I think about going to the bush and go hunting for a week with the boys.
Yeah. I got a friend, he left yesterday to go for a week.
Oh, really?
In his 4-wheel drive.
Where'd he go?
Oh, I don't. Fuck.
That's the dream. I got my bow on the back. Actually, I'm ready to go.
When did you get into the bow stuff? Was that something that you did from the farm, or is that a product of the Joe Rogan experience?
No, well, I've always I've hunted my whole life with rifles, but just me and my friends at work were talking, looking at bows, and we just went out and bought them, and then we just started hunting with them. And then obviously the Joe Rogan and Adam Greentree, he's a big hunter as well.
He's been on here.
Has he?
Yeah.
Fucking good bloke.
Dude, maybe that motherfucker wants to swing a sword.
Yeah, we'll let him know.
Yeah.
Listen to Adam. Come fight me.
He's
I'm
a
ready.
fucking... He will definitely 100% see this. Like, see social media stuff that we do. He's a fucking great
Well,
guy.
he actually... I was talking to Kimmy on Instagram about
she
tips.
is a legend as
Sick,
well.
I know. She's the
Yeah.
maddest. She was
Giving my flano, keep talking.
Yeah, she was giving us tips on how... Because we went hunting down in Stanthorpe, where to find deer. Because we sucked. We stumbled around the bush like idiots. And then, she gave us a few tips. And then with those tips, we found deer pretty much the next day.
Really?
Yeah, so, like, she helped us big time.
Yeah, she's legit, man.
Yeah, she's crazy. Because she was a city girl that turned bow hunter, pretty much.
Yeah, well, her and Adam, man, like, they're a fucking... Like, I've been around those two together and hung out with them a bunch, and we FaceTime every now and again with the two of them. Like,
no big deal.
They are just a couple of people that are fucking in love.
Yeah, I love that.
And it's really cool, man. Like, I do think about them a lot just in terms of, like, my life and relationships, because, like, they've got a fucking cool thing, man. They've got a great family, and it's like... the social media world and all, it's like you put this forward and you put that. Like, no, those two fucking people, when you're around them in real life, it's exactly the same
100%.
as the way that they are.
Ain't no lies there.
Nah. And it's just so cool. Like, they're such a
it's like a breath of fresh air, really.
Yeah, because that shit is, like, hard to find. And they've been together for a long time.
Yeah.
And he'll attribute a lot of, like, just his success in life. Like, he was in a pretty dark place. He had a bunch of... You should listen to the podcast. It's
definitely. I had no idea.
Yeah, he's been through some real fucking shit in his life, and he literally attributes, like, getting together with her to, like, being what really pulled him out of, like, a bad place in his life.
I love that. That's great.
So,
love does really fix everything.
Yeah, dude. When you find fucking someone that's, like, willing to do it with you.
Yeah, that's like my wife. My wife's the best.
How long you guys been together?
We've only been we're together like 5 years. We're married for 8 months.
Yeah.
Newly married, but she's the best. Like, all my, like, sporting, like, all my competitions, she supports it all. She's never questioned me once. We go shooting together at the range. Like, she loves shooting arrows.
The bows.
Yeah, she loves that. But yeah, she supports everything I do.
Yeah,
it's so good.
How did you just get, like, hardcore into the bow stuff when you first got your bows?
Yeah, so I kind of bought, like, a real cheap bow just to get into it, see if I liked it, and then all my shooting from work, all my disciplines came into this.
Yeah.
And then it just took off, and then I just bought a brand new bow recently, and then me and my mate Blackie and I are really fully into it now. Our plan is by, like, mid-year or halfway through the year is get 80% of our meat from our hunting.
Yeah, okay.
That's our, like, goal.
Yeah.
So get freezers, 80% of our meat from just hunting.
Yeah.
Which would be good.
Is there a pretty big deer population in Queensland?
There is. Apparently, there's, like, a deer infestation down south, like down near Stanthorpe. This is what I heard. I don't know, because when I went there, I saw one deer. But apparently, there's a massive pest problem right now, and hunters are helping with the conservation of all. So, like, paying for, like, deer tags and everything like that. It's really helping. Environmentally.
Yeah.
Keeping things clean. So.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's one of the things, like, I want to just move completely away from factory farming. Yeah. So, like, my buddy owns...
I'll get you some meat when I'm out.
Yeah, dude.
Legit,
I'd literally pay for, like, fucking...
I'm paying her.
But, you know, that's what I would like to do that.
Yeah.
Like, I would like to have a freezer full of food that has never touched, like, any form of factory farming, because I actually had this discussion with a friend the other night about, like, the whole vegan thing. Yeah. One of my best friends is just a full vegan. Well, a bunch of my friends are hardcore vegans. I don't personally have a problem with animals dying because, like, I was sort of saying to her the other night, like, we're only, we're the only species that's aware of what suffering is.
Yeah.
An animal doesn't know what suffering is until it's in suffering.
Yeah.
The reason that things are so scary to us is because we're constantly aware of how we could suffer in any given situation. And it's like, right now, my dog's in the studio. He's not thinking about suffering. He has no fucking clue what suffering is. Like, he's never had to suffer. And hopefully in his life, he won't have to suffer. So it's like, this whole thing of, like, the animal suffering, it's like, whether it's in the wild, whether it's in a farm, whether it's in any, like, it will suffer. There will be a point, the odds of a fucking cow living out its life in the wild to the day that it dies without suffering at all and dying a peaceful death in its sleep It's literally zero.
It's not going to happen. It's going to starve to death. It's going to get mauled to death by another animal.
It's going to get its fucking asshole chewed out by a pack of dogs or a fox.
Crows peck its eyes.
Exactly.
100%.
The crows don't give a fuck if it's still alive.
No.
Like, there's no... Like, we're just so acutely aware of suffering that we would like to avoid it because, yes, it is good to avoid suffering.
It's nice.
If you can avoid suffering, you should. But I'll probably die and experience suffering when I die. So will you. Like, the odds of just the whole going to sleep, it's just so fucking, like, almost unrealistic.
It's kind of real ignorant of people to think that that's going to happen. It's like, just grow up. Like,
and, like, especially, like, you know, people that have seen, like, war and shit, like, there's fucking human
10
suffering.
times worse the ways of dying than that.
Yeah. So, for me, I'm not a person that's like, I don't want animals to suffer so I could live. Everything suffers so everything lives. That's the fucking long and the short of it for me. What I would like to do, because when you kill a deer, you would have seen it. You fucking shoot that thing, double lungs, boom, dead. Yeah. There is no suffering in that. Or, like, well, if you talk to Adam, like, he's seen more shit fucking die from a bow than maybe fucking anybody. Yeah. And, like, he's not a bloodthirsty psychopath.
No, God, no.
He's a soft, kind, gentle fucking man. Yeah. But he's a man.
Yeah.
And it's like, he says, like, there's no suffering, dude. He said he's seen deer that he's shot, they've got spooked, and then they went to keep eating grass because they're like, oh, fuck, what was that? Happened? Nothing. Put their head down to keep eating grass, drop dead. Yeah. That's a fucking great way to go.
Yeah, exactly. Eating your food, little lips to the grass, oh, boom.
That animal is going to die at some point.
That's the best, yeah. But and it's probably the prime of its life too. Like, it's had its prime of his life.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They are taking the ones that have been through the prime of its life, you know?
Exactly.
But then, you know, you want to talk about, like, factory farming and, like, you know, the fucking way they, like, crush up hatching chicken. Like, it's fucking disgusting, dude. Man. And the billions of animals that go through, like, needless suffering. Yeah. Well, I mean, fuck, you kind of can't even say needless because people eat the shit. Yeah. Like, people live off that stuff. But it's like, we should move, everybody, in my opinion, should move to a world with less suffering than needs to be.
100%.
You will always have suffering whenever something dies so that something else lives. That's how it is. But even if that doesn't go to, you know, like a fucking farm or in your thing, like, it's still going to suffer when it dies. So it's like, I personally would like to do that. And I'm not going to get into bow hunting and go out and get my own meat purely based on the economics of my life and time. But it's like, I would like to do that. I got a buddy in Bangalore that's got, like, a Kobe beef farm. Oh, shit. And it's like, that's the meat I want to get for my beef. I'd like to get some venison. Yeah. And then I'd like to have a farm that raises chickens. Yeah. And then I get that as my chicken. Yeah. Well, fish, I'm kind of a little bit indifferent to.
They don't have souls. They don't have souls.
Maybe I'm a cunt.
Yeah. I think we both are.
But yeah, like, I am consciously trying to do that. And I've also started eating vegan, like, a little bit.
Like, what do you mean? Just like substituting some foods for it, or?
Yeah, like, there's a really good spot in Burleigh called Govinda's. Oh. And it's just like, it's 300 meters from my house. Yeah. And you just go there and they've got all of the trays in the, like, the Bain Marie's kind of thing. And it's like $12 for, like, a big container. And then you can just put what you want in it.
Oh, sweet.
But it's all vegan. So it's like falafels and potato salads and it's just vegan food. So instead of eating meat because I eat meat pretty much every single day.
Exactly the same with me, yeah.
Like, this morning I had avocado on toast, no meat in that. So it's like, I'm just trying to eat.
Cheat day.
Like, like, less meat than only what's needed. Yeah. Because, like, I do personally feel like I need meat. I enjoy eating meat. I feel good when I eat. Like, I'm hungry. I feel great. I'm hungry now. What time is it now? So I ate at probably 9:30. Yeah. And I had just avocado on toast. Yeah. And it's 1:30 now. I'm fucking starving. Yeah. Starving. Yeah. Stinging. So, like, and I haven't. I'm not training at the moment because of my shoulder.
Shoulder. Yeah.
So it's like,
you'll be even more hungry once you put this armour on. I'm telling you.
Dude, I can't even imagine.
It's gonna be so.
So, but yeah, I mean, I am gonna try and sort of move into that. So, like, for you to get 80% of your meat,
that's the goal.
Via fucking your own shit.
Yeah, that's definitely the goal. Like, me and my mate, we're already buying freezers. Obviously, Adam is a massive role model for us as well. Yeah. So just like stuff like that. And the education you get from listening to people like that.
Yeah.
Just about how hunting is good. Makes it all worth it really. And the art of hunting with the bow itself is just, again, I'm addicted to it.
How long did it take you to get your first kill?
Well, I technically haven't.
Yeah,
with a
right.
bow. Like technically, I hit back on the farm. I hit a roo with a ute and had to put it down, and I had a bow on the back.
Yeah, right.
So I put it down with a bow. That was on my property. But yeah, that's the only thing I've ever really killed with a bow.
How many times have you been out with
Only
the deer?
probably.
So you only saw one time.
That one time. Yeah. So that's why we've got it all down now. Well, we think we do, but we're gonna hump in with packs this time, real quiet. So just go all the way in and just camp up there.
So how did you do it the first time?
We were idiots. We kind of like four-wheel drived and cleared like a four-wheel drive track for the bloke's place we were on. So we're clearing tracks for him. And that was big no-no because obviously all the deers would piss off out of there. But now we're going to go no vehicle and just hump in with packs.
Yeah. I got buddies that down kind of like Newcastle way, and then they go out to like kind of near Bathurst.
Okay, yeah.
And there's like fucking just thousands and thousands of deer out there.
Yeah.
They shoot with guns.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're sort of on the same thing.
Yeah, I love that.
Have you eaten much venison before?
Not a lot. I've eaten a bit of it. I loved it when I did eat it, but I've never really bought it from a shop or anything like that. I don't know. Can you buy venison? I've never seen it for sale.
You'd be able to buy it somewhere.
Yeah,
I'm
because
sure.
I buy roux from the
Do you eat a lot of roux yourself?
Yeah, I love it.
Really?
I love it. Yeah.
How do you eat? Like, what's
They just cook it up in buy it
Steaks.
like steaks. Cut
Really?
up into things, put it with rice and beans.
Really?
Yeah, it's so get it at Woolies, man.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's there at the moment because people are going fucking crazy. But
Yeah.
with the Rus.
Dude, I need to go. There's a really good butcher. I wish I could fucking shout out their name. It's like near the tip in Burleigh. So whatever the fucking...
I think it's the first time I've ever been to Burleigh.
Really?
Yeah.
Because where do you actually... You're in Brizzy, right?
Yeah.
North Brizzy.
Yeah, up there.
Yeah, but there's a really good butcher down here and they do like heaps of stuff like that. I wonder if they'd actually have venison.
Surely.
Yeah, because it's like a huge butcher. Like
I'm sure if you ask them, they can get it, but like
Yeah,
they can probably
that's
order
true
it in
too.
for you as well.
But yeah, I mean, that's been like something really, really on my mind is like, how can I just get away from
Factory farming.
the factory farming? Because it's like now it's the point where it's something that I've been wanting to do for ages, but it's like, it's a real it's a real effort. Like you don't just snap your fingers. If I said right now, I'm not going to eat any more factory farm animals, like that's no more McDonald's. That's no more, like I literally can't go anywhere right now and eat meat. I'd pretty much just have to be a vegan.
Yeah.
Like you would have to actively source out
A hunter.
this kind of either a hunter or a small farm, hobby farms.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure you can do these things where you like sponsor a farmer and it's like
They hook you up with meat.
$400 and then it goes from a calf and then so you buy the calf and then you pay for them to like raise the calf essentially and then they slaughter the calf and then you get the meat.
Oh wow.
So it's almost like you've got your own farm animal that you get meat from.
Yeah.
That you just pay like a fee every week for them to like raise this calf.
Yeah.
And then you get the meat at the end of it. Seems like a pretty solid model. But yeah, so there's stuff like that you can do. But it's just a thing where like, I don't know, like it's something I've really got to start working towards. But if you're hunting for yourself.
Yeah. I feel like just like that for me to get my food myself is kind of like another goal to get like why if say again with this stupid virus, I can't go to the supermarket, I'll just go down and get a deer and provide for me and my mates, you know? Like it's just like it's something like that just really clicks with me. Like I feel like that would be the best. Like,
you're obviously like a primal dude though.
Yeah.
Like do you feel like you relate to the more of like I don't know, like more of the modern fucking version of the man that's not out hunting and
No, I feel like people are getting too wrapped up in bubble paper. Like I was smacked as a kid. Like I was smacked my whole life, hit as a kid. And then like if you accidentally nudge a child to the supermarket, they shout at you. Yeah. Like I don't know. I feel like
nerfed up the world.
Yeah, they really have just I don't know. People have gone too crazy with how and then making everyone like gender roles and everything like that. I don't believe a gender has a role. Just be whoever the fuck you want to be. Yeah. Kind of thing. Like if a man or a woman wants to go hunting and punch on with everyone, let them do it. Do whatever they want to do. If they don't want to do it, don't want to do it. But I don't know. Some people just need to toughen up a bit.
But you've obviously got like a bit of it's appealing to you to go and hunt your own food. Yeah. Like there's something in that is like fulfilling to you,
Yeah.
like that's not a thing that is in everybody. Like I
don't
wonder.
reckon? I don't.
No, I don't think so.
Oh yeah, I just think that is not for me. That's normal.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
there's like for you, like the way that you decided to live your life, it's like a lot of physical output and, pushing your body. And then you've got this like drive to provide and hunt and, not just go to a supermarket and buy food.
Yeah.
You wanted to be in the army and so like there's obviously, I don't know, there's just the ways that you think and you see that like have kind of
molded.
Yeah, like you mold it into this person that isn't super normal. Like it's not a common person these days.
A lot of people say they can't really explain me. Like my good mate Fraser tried to explain me to one of his footy mates, and he's like, "Yeah, I can't explain him. It's just Sam." So, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it's just always having a goal in that way. Like hunting is a goal for me. Like providing for people is a goal. Making new mates is a goal.
And so, what is your life like when you don't have a goal?
I don't even remember not having one.
Yeah.
Like ever since like I was a kid, was to join the military. When I was in the military, it was to go overseas. When I got deployed, it was to come home. When I was home, it was to be physically stronger and better than everyone. Not that I'm like that now, but then I'm aiming towards that.
Where'd that come from?
I don't know. I kind of look at people at work. Like some people I've worked with are the fittest, scariest motherfuckers I've ever seen. And I aspire to be like that kind of thing. Like I don't want people to be afraid of me at all. Like I'm a short dude. I don't expect people to be afraid of me. But to know that I'm reliable is probably my biggest...
Like useful.
I just want to be useful and people to like be dependable.
Is there a weird thing that comes with being a short dude?
Yeah.
Because like there is that small man syndrome.
Yeah.
Right? Like I know those motherfuckers, and they like that's what actually that Sean guy that I was telling you about.
Yeah.
He's only 60 something kilos. Like small. He's like does not have that, and that's why I fucking love that guy so much. Is because like there's no small man syndrome with him, and like I know so many motherfuckers that are like that. It's like, dude, you're short. Yeah, like but why the ego? Like I don't care that you're short. You know what I mean? I don't care that you're a small fucking dude. But it must be weird in a way. Like obviously I'm 6 foot. I'm not the tallest guy in the world. That's not something I have to think about.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that a real thing? What comes with that? What baggage is associated with being short?
I think it's just people have a look at you and they're like, oh, there's that short guy. It's just like.
But do they though?
I've had a lot of people say, oh, don't get that short guy to fight that big guy in armored.
Yeah.
Like, it's unfair.
Okay.
Okay, righto.
Okay.
People kind of put limitations on you. I guess like maybe I'm scarred from Tinder as well when you tell people your height.
I was going to say, it's fucked up with chicks, bro.
They get in your head.
Yeah.
Like I've never lied about my height. But I don't know.
Not even an inch?
I don't think I have an inch to spare, but yeah, I don't know. I use it now to my advantage. Like I know, like I think I used to say to girls, I know you're intimidated by my height, but can I have your number and stuff like that?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
But see, I wonder if like you putting so I've been thinking about this lately. Like we've all got our insecurities, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, but they're super internal.
Yeah.
And it's like the smaller the insecurity, it's like, let's say it starts at like the center of your mass.
Yeah.
And if you don't focus on that thing, then it's like, it'll kind of just stay like this small and insignificant part of you. But it's like the more you focus on that thing, the bigger that it becomes, then it sort of seeps out into the world.
Yeah.
Because I know for a fact that the things that I'm insecure about, people don't even fucking look at them. People don't know.
What are they?
Just like, I don't like hearing my fucking voice. I think that I've got an ego, like a massive ego, constantly working on like, I'm literally telling myself, shut the fuck up, dude. Shut the fuck up. Don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't speak out of ego. Don't speak out of, this sentence had ego. Like I'm so like hyper aware of that.
I wish I was more aware because I look back on things I've said and I'm like, fuck, you're a dumb cunt.
That's me all the time.
Yeah.
And I fucking talk for a living.
Yeah.
Like it sucks. And that's why
you can edit that out, but.
Oh, but I don't.
Yeah.
Because that's part of the process of going
Truth.
through it.
Yeah.
Because, and you'll find out that people like, you know, you'll talk to people like, oh, he's just humble. And I'm like, I don't feel humble, man.
Yeah.
Like I feel like a fucking asshole.
No.
But it's like, if I focus so heavily on that, it's like it seeps through your pores and then it goes out into the world, and then like people can see it because of the way that like you've internalized it.
Yeah.
But it's like, I actually, until you said that you were short, I I actually didn't think
about
I didn't
it.
even think of it.
Yeah.
Like, I just was like, here's this fucking badass cunt with an axe and a sword. Like, that's the thought process.
Yeah.
So it's like, I wonder if how much of that, you know, the small man syndrome that people would talk about just comes from like how much you actually focus on the fact that you are short.
Yeah.
But then it's like, I'm sure that being short would push people onto like really great things because they, like you said, don't let that short dude fight the tall dude.
Yeah.
There's probably so much of greatness is spurred on by like the insecurities that you have.
Yeah. It's like a David versus Goliath thing, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't. Being short doesn't affect me. I bring it up a lot because I guess it's the way
it's like a defense mechanism.
Yeah, I bring it up
kinda,
just so people will be like, "Oh, you're short." It's like, I get it.
I wonder if you went like, here's a fucking month challenge for
Here
you.
we go.
Do a month without thinking you're short, commenting on being short. Like, I'm not saying that you've got a fucking problem with it, like you say it too, but I'm just saying like maybe that would be like an interesting challenge to see if that even gets brought up in like how many times that
Someone
shit
else
gets
brings
brought,
it. Yeah.
and just like put it out of your mind, complete, and like make a complete ban on saying or thinking, and just in 1 month and see if anything changes at all. Because like that's one of my big things at this is like I try and put my insecurities out there. I try and tell because it's fucking uncomfortable and it like forces me then to like face those things and you know what I mean?
Yeah, I forget. Well, like I'm a terrible speller and I bring that up all the time. Like I always be like, oh, don't let me spell that. I can barely spell my name. Last time I spelled my name was with a 6.
Yeah.
So I guess I know what you mean. Like I always tell people what I'm shit at so they can't use it against me, I guess.
Yeah, but I think you could either use it in a way that like gives you power or that thing has power. So it's like that the fact that you can't spell has power over you, so you're trying to take a bit of that power back, or you're putting it out there to say like this doesn't have power over me.
Yeah, okay.
So I think that that's probably like the distinction that you would need to, because I always think about just like intentions and like, did I say this with this intention or this intention? Because if I said it with this intention, that's probably a really great thing to say to that person. If I said it with this intention, I said that for myself.
Yeah.
So that's like the, you know,
fair.
There's always like that kind of line.
Yeah.
So it's like you can kind of decide, and sometimes you decide without even making a conscious decision, like what your intention was there. It's like if you can start to, I mean, you as in everybody, like you start to really control the intent that you speak or the intent that you act. And then that's like, to me, that's like a way that you live your life with like a direction and a purpose. If you really don't know the intentions behind the things you say, or like the short thing or spelling, or, you know, me thinking I have a fucking ego or whatever it is, it's like you've got to have like an intention behind that action in terms of like going forward. Whatever happened in the past is the past, but it's like, what do you do from here? Like what's the intention with each of those things? I don't know. Maybe that's the way to do it.
100%, I agree.
Maybe I'm talking fucking shit.
Potentially, nah, not at all.
Do you think about that stuff a lot though?
I'm not that deep, hey. I feel like whatever I do, I can easily explain why I've done it. Usually. But like I can't really go deep on like what you just said now. I was like, holy shit, how do you think about?
That's all I think about.
I can't, like you saying that whole spiel just then, I was like, I could never think about that ever. Like if I was going on about something, I could not even think about going that deep. Not that it's a bad thing. I just myself,
it's different. Yeah.
I couldn't think like that. It's more like I bring up how I'm short because I think I'm a funny cunt.
Yeah.
But
I feel like that going deeper into things like why.
Yeah.
Just feel like it's just a shortcut into whatever the fuck you think. Like it's a shortcut. Like if you can spend just a little bit of extra time thinking about it, then you can really understand the reason you did something, and then you can make a choice.
I get that makes a lot of sense to me. But it's just me training myself to think like that.
Yeah.
I think it'll take a lot of work if I was to do that.
Yeah, but then like, so I naturally am like predisposed to think like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But there's duality in everything, because I could fucking lock myself in this room and think like that until I get to the point of like, okay, well then what the fuck am I doing? Like, what's the point?
Yeah.
So there's a certain level that you have to be able to like switch that off.
Yeah.
Or you could just become like a hermit alone inside your own head and just like constant.
Yeah.
And there's like, to me, there's like it seems like gluttonous at times, like the way that I think about things.
Yeah.
And it's like, if I give myself permission to just do that constantly, I won't do anything.
Yeah.
Like, I love to just sit and
think.
think about shit. And it's like, even now, been trying very shitty to do meditation and like not think.
Yeah.
But to not think, I had to understand why.
Yeah.
You have to
why it's bad to think so much.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and I guess the other bad thing is like, I can't do a thing without knowing why.
Yeah.
I'm like, put this armor on and do it. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
I need to know.
So you'd be bad in the army then.
But
Go
there's
do
like,
this. Okay.
but there is, some people don't have like that, the way to like, I'm going to think real deep about this, and they just do it.
Yeah.
And fuck, I'm jealous of that.
Yeah.
At times,
Yeah.
so there is like a balance. But to me, I think the point, like my challenge is to think like that and then act.
Yeah.
But then for somebody like yourself, it's like act.
Then think.
And you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
challenge would be to think before you act or
100%.
do. And it's like, there's fucking value in both things in equal measure.
We can help each other out.
And that's,
We'll just take
do the
If
trade.
you give me a little bit of that, I'll give you a bit of this.
That's why this shit's fucking good.
Perfect. I love it.
And that's why I think people enjoy even listening to these, is because it's like, you do get these people.
People will be like, fuck, I think like that.
Mm.
They're like, holy shit, it's not just me.
You should try that thing about for a month.
I'll try.
Because like, man, you can make, well, I know for me, like, I can stop doing a thing just by understanding why I should.
Yeah, okay.
So that's like,
So once I figure out why I should stop bringing it up, the thing, whatever it could be.
yeah, you can just make a fucking call.
Yeah.
And it's like, even, what you were saying before about your wife, like she doesn't have a thing. Like maybe that, like, okay, so you don't have a thing. Well, let's just go down the road of like eliminating the things that you don't like.
Yeah.
And then
I was legit thinking when you're saying that, I was like, I'm going to take you home, Susie. You're going to do this.
yeah, but it's and then the thing is too, man, is like people will do what they want to do.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's easy to say, and I've been in relationships with people that say they want something. They don't really want it.
No.
And
I want
it's
to quit
like,
smoking. I want to stop drinking.
Yeah.
No.
I want to be this. I want to have this career. I want to have this job. You don't, man.
No.
Because you don't know what it takes.
Yeah.
You like the idea of the thing.
You want people to think you're doing that,
but
you don't have enough discipline to do it.
Yeah. And it's like, what's the thing that you're going to do when no one's watching?
Dress up in armor. Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to, you're going to do, if there was no Instagram and there was no fucking any of this, there was no potential to go on podcasts, there was no, if all that was stripped away, I guarantee from fucking knowing you for 2 hours, fucking 12 minutes,
Killing it.
I would know that this motherfucker is going to put on some armor and go fight one of his homies,
It's, yeah, I like that.
What else is interesting to know about this sport?
Interesting. You travel the world. International tournaments are held at a different castle. So the Battle of Nations, a different castle in Europe every second year now.
Motherfuckers fight at a castle.
Yeah.
Have you been to any of them yet?
No, I was supposed to go the last year.
Yeah.
But I got married like an idiot. No, I'm kidding.
Idiot.
I love you, sis. Died in a hang gliding accident. But yeah, so I was getting married at that time, so I didn't get to go. But then it's every 2 years now. So this year there isn't one. So Spain next year. Hopefully I can get into the team or into a dueling position.
So how would you qualify for...
be number one
in Australia
in a dueling categories, and then your team has to come top 2 positions.
Right. So 2 teams from Australia can go.
Yeah. And then I think other people go, so you'll have a certain amount of spares you can have that can fight in the 30 versus like the bigger like mass battles. So you could not qualify for dueling or the 5v5 tournament, but you could also just go along to fight for Australia in the big tournament, in the big battles. So
they take 30 for that.
I think so. I don't know the exact numbers, but that's what I'm hoping. If I fail at everything in like 5v5 and pro fight, I'll just go over and fight in the mass battles. But also because I was supposed to be on my honeymoon right now. So yesterday I was supposed to fly out.
Oh,
to
really?
UK. No, Sunday night.
Oh, you said that.
Yeah, I was supposed to fly out to my honeymoon on Sunday, but obviously the Rus got in and started causing havoc. Yeah,
right. Where were you guys going to go?
So England, Scotland, and then to France.
So you were just doing the full medieval tour.
Yeah,
pretty
well, literally,
much.
I wanted to touch it like 30 castles. I just want to touch them. It'd be really sweet.
So what, there is a bit of that history side of it then that you are into. Like, what's some of the weird shit that you've learned that you didn't know before?
Well, the weird one, like I said before, was that like knights would fight for like 5 minutes and they just walk back to their tent, sit down on the chair, and the squire would take the helmet off and give them water and stuff, and they just go back out and fighting. That was crazy.
So how many knights would be in like an army? Like, so what's like a big battle?
I think so say there was the thousands and say thousands, a couple, say 10,000 each. I don't know exactly. If there's history buffs listening, I'm sorry, I could be completely wrong. But my understanding was that they'd only have like maybe 100 armored knights.
Yeah.
Maybe more than that, but there'd only be a small percentage, and then the rest would be peasants or the
really,
the villagers that they conscript into the army.
And do the knights kill the peasants?
I guess so. I assume the knights is punching with the knights because they're too chivalrous and don't want to.
Yeah, kill the peasants.
But then, like back then, if I was a knight and I saw easy pickings going around, I was like this.
Probably get sick of killing though. You'd probably want the challenge.
That's
you know,
tired. You're so tired.
You get tired
I don't want to waste my energy on these guys that can't even hurt me.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's what I find interesting too.
That's what I always kind of wondered. Like when you watch those, when you watch like any kind of fucking knight sort of style things or like those medieval battles, is like, are they literally like invincible almost, to where it's like they've got a duel and you can get hit with a sword like fucking 30 times before it actually gets through to cut you?
So if you've got a sharp edged sword hitting like steel armor, it's going to blunt your sword.
Yeah.
Like the only thing that can really penetrate helmets or like armor technically in my eyes is a warhammer with a spike at the end of it.
Yeah.
So that spike could like penetrate that helmet easy because it's just the weight of it going down into hardened steel rod.
Yeah.
And then like blunt force trauma like maces and warhammers
can just like knock you unconscious.
Knock you unconscious. It also dint your armor so much it's gonna like it's gonna fuck you up.
Yeah.
Or like caving in someone's chest with the warhammer, regardless how much armor you got there.
It's still
just the
like
force going on.
Yeah.
And once people are lying down, you got their throat and their armpits are always exposed, and you just.
Yeah, so pretty much like that's what, since we've been talking, I'm like, okay, so probably what's going to happen is they're going to like duel sword wise to the point where one of them's going to fall over. As soon as you fall over,
boom. Well, if you watch that movie, The King, you know what? Just watch the movie.
Yeah, okay. I might watch a movie.
That's good. I'll message you after this too. It's fucking good.
Yeah, right.
It's like armor porn, really.
So Netflix made it.
Yeah.
So it's like a Netflix original.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Good movie.
And it's about the battle between France.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna watch it now. I'm already fucking too.
It's actually not a lot of action. It's very political.
But the action that is
sick.
Is
and they've got a lot of fighters from this sport in it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Dude, so I'm like, have you thought about that, like stunt stuff and like?
One of my mates does stunts, and I was trying to hit him up for a gig. But who's making medieval like?
Yeah,
movies,
it's like kind of super niche.
Yeah. I'd love to. If anyone out there wants to make a medieval movie, I know heaps of guys in armor for free. So. Yeah. But yeah, that'd be a dream.
And so what other like battles and like a different shit have you just learned through this that like?
I'm trying to think. There's so much stuff. People are probably screaming at me right now because they tell me all this stuff all the time.
I mean, though, I guess that's like the balance. Though, is like you enjoy doing it.
I just like fighting. Like it's like the same thing. I don't watch a lot of UFC because I get jealous. Because I should be training. Like, oh my god, these guys are animals. I should be out training. Yeah. I just get wrapped up in my own training. Really quite selfish like that.
And so, actually, what does your training look like then?
So I do a lot of weighted like circuits. So I started off with so just your normal weighted circuits in the morning. So I'll do like a normal body weight circuit with some weights in there. Then I'll do some power lifts for some strength, so I can throw people. And then I'll do my Muay Thai kickboxing 3 times a week as well. And then I'll just probably add in a few hill runs, hill sprints, and a few pack marches too. It's good for the legs.
And so what are you like doing in terms of technique for swinging a sword and an axe? Like, and how do you learn that technique?
So like you watch it, you can look at manuscripts on sword fighting, or the best way I learned.
It's like a
manuscript is the old school writing for medieval things.
Really? That shit still exists?
They go deep into it. And that's how they get all the authenticity for the armor. You have to prove that this armor was actually real. So you have to go to a museum or get an old manuscript, an old painting on the wall with something that resembles that armor. And then you have to take that evidence to the committee and they either say yay or nay.
Wow.
It's brutal.
Seems like too much.
It is.
Seems like a barrier to entry.
That's what it kind of is, but then like a lot of armorers just make, this is H&B legal helmet. This is...
Yeah, okay, so they've already done the research. So like, those manuscripts, is there any that's like old manuscripts to the point where it's like some dude in the 1500s wrote that manuscript and it's still relevant?
Yeah. So like, it'll be like a painting of a battle.
I want to fucking read one of these things now.
You could just look it up, old like 15th century manuscripts or anything like 18th, 16th century. And you just got to be like, does that look like this helmet? And then they're like, yeah. Well,
but do they write about like techniques of sword fighting and like strategies and shit?
Like the HEMA is the sword sport I was trying to think of. HEMA trains in those techniques, and they're like a contact sword fighting, and they solely train medieval techniques, which is why they don't like us because we don't do that. But then I'm thinking it's a sport.
Yeah.
I'm going to modify like with the spinning back kick or a side kick into the hip, so you bend over and then I can sword stroke you.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, it's kind of like I'm trying to blend it so like fighters will be like, oh shit, that guy just did spinning back.
Yeah,
kick
like
into
I
stomach.
can see stuff
Yeah.
that you do that like makes sense
Like
to
Superman
me.
punch and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then if people are like myself, who did so much boxing, I was like, this is like, I'm not getting anywhere in the sport. Like, I'm not good enough to be like a state champion, national champion boxer. I want to be like, I want to get somewhere. Then I saw this sport. I was like, whoa, I can add in all my weapons training, all my disciplines into the one sport.
Yeah, it's crazy how much like background that you have to do this, but you've only like just started doing it.
Yeah, well, it kind of like everyone's like, oh, it's the perfect sport for you. And I didn't realize like all that extra, all that stuff I did as a kid or a young adult, all that fencing, Joe stuff, Bo stuff, all this worked into this one sport.
Yeah,
it's like this sport was made for me.
What's the most accurate battles that you've watched on like movies and TV and shit?
Probably that one I was telling you about.
Yeah, right.
It's really good.
So that one, you watch it and you're like, fuck, they nailed it.
Yeah.
And so they use some of the dudes from
HMB fighters, I forget where they're from, but I think it's like England and stuff, France. Crazy. It's really accurate.
And so what are the castles that you're trying to see on this trip?
It's like, I think it's Windsor Castle is one of them. There's a couple in York. There's just so many. Bath, there's like a castle.
Dude, that place
Bath
is
hectic.
fucking crazy.
Is it?
Dude, have you seen photos and shit of it?
I've seen a little bit. Like my wife's been doing all the research.
I went there
Hectic.
and like I had no fucking idea.
Yeah.
I'd literally never researched it. We were shooting a documentary for a rock band.
Yeah.
So we were just touring around the UK, and we stopped one night in Bath, and I was just like, what the fuck is this place? Like the whole thing. Like, have you Google imaged it before?
I've Googled a little bit of it, but now I'm that excited. Now probably shouldn't show Susie this.
I was gonna say go into my bank account.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't have any idea that it was existed.
Because they got like a mad castle like on a bridge, I'm pretty sure, over the water. I just want to touch that motherfucker.
You think you're going to get some night power from that shit?
Oh, 100%. That's it.
Yeah, right there. Yeah. I've been there. It's fucking crazy.
You walk in. What are those Roman baths? Are those like baths?
It's baths, dude. Like they're
makes sense.
Yeah, they're Roman fucking
baths.
They're like this Roman spa sort of.
Is there
city.
hot like fire underneath and they light it?
Nah,
or is it all central heated now?
I'm not sure how that worked. Like I didn't go in and do any of that stuff. But yeah, so like it was like an old Roman, like when the Romans were in like in there. That's and they were sort of doing all that shit. They built this fucking city. So it's like this Roman city, and it was all designed around these like Roman bathhouses. And yeah, so they used to have like nobles and fucking all that. Yeah, and it still fucking looks like that, dude. It's crazy, man.
God, I could be there right now, you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're supposed to be there right now. But yeah, so that's a fucking.
So you didn't get to go in those baths?
Nah, we rocked in. Like, look at this place. I've got drone footage of this place. It's so fucking gnarly, dude.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and it's not that big. Like, it's sort of in this valley, and you can look over the whole thing.
Look at those. They would just stream like.
Yeah,
that's mad.
It's unbelievable.
I can see myself fighting there in a tournament,
dude.
Surely there'd be a tournament there.
They would have to do 100%. A fucking tournament there. Look at it. It's incredible, dude.
It's grass. That's some good looking grass.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful place. 10 reasons to visit Bath this summer. Let's just click into this fucking. I want to see the 10 reasons because I didn't really do.
Did you? Yeah. Did you do any?
No, I didn't do. We'd get there. So we drove from like the show the night before.
Yeah.
Get there. I don't know, depending on how long the thing was. Probably 3. We'd get some food, and then we'd have to like prep all our shit. The concert would be there that night, and then pack everything up, and then go out.
Get out.
Cookies. Fuck off. Need to get rid of that shit. Let's do a bit of research.
Love that.
Stand up paddleboarding. No,
what?
We're not doing that. Yeah, this is kind of a lame article. Yeah, this is a lame article.
Oh, there you go.
But yeah, dude, it's crazy. It's like such a flashback into time.
Yeah, I love that.
But yeah, there was like we drove the whole way around the UK, and
Yeah.
like we just stop at castles.
Well, that's where we got the car. We're going to do the same.
Yeah, we went to fucking Stonehenge.
Oh yeah.
Went there.
My mate has so my friend who lives over there, his property backs onto Stonehenge.
Right.
So you can walk from his house to the back and look at Stonehenge from his paddock.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's what I was going to do when I was there.
That's pretty cool.
I had to hit him up yesterday and say, "Do not come, dude." So,
It's pretty random.
yeah.
Like it's just literally a
Some
bunch of these rocks
Yeah.
in this field, and like no one really
Can explain.
like they don't really know how it got there. They don't really know like.
They're just some random dudes like, "Let's put these rocks here," and just confuse.
But I don't know
everyone.
like how they even had like the ability to do it. I think that's the thing where they're like, they don't know how they could have moved
That
those
heavier
rocks at that time period. Like that time period
Yeah.
to move those rocks. I just don't know how they fucking. Yeah,
I love that.
that's the weird alien
Yeah,
shit
that's
that you
alien
got to
shit.
think of.
Yeah,
Eh?
yeah.
I wonder like.
Like Uluru, something going on there.
Nah, I could see Uluru happening.
I don't know about that.
It's like it could just be like a meteor, you know,
Potentially.
like some shit like that. But there's even these places like we were just in Vietnam,
Hmm.
and there's these like my mum took a photo of these. It was just like this rocky outcrop, but they were these hexagon rocks, and they were just these long ass tubes. That
Oh
were,
yeah, I've seen that.
have you seen that?
I've
in
seen
Vietnam?
that, yeah.
And like I actually wasn't there. I flew out right before they went there, and Mum showed me these photos. It's like that's not really explainable.
Yeah.
Like, and then there's a spot up in Cooktown,
Yeah.
like way up North Queensland, and it's just these smooth black boulders for like probably 5 acres. They don't really know how they like what the deal is with them.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
just like one big 5 acre block of these like
Boulders.
black
What are they, like,
boulders.
Like what are rocks? Are they marbles and shit?
I don't know. I wonder if I would not even. This is like a shitty Cairns person that doesn't know this. I'll try and find these.
So when's your shoulder better? When are you getting into the month?
I actually don't know, man. I really wanna plan it. Yeah, look at this. Black granite boulders, Black Mountain. So this is in fucking Cooktown. Collegia.
It almost looks like
Kalkakajaka, that's what it's called.
someone's dug down and just left the.
Yeah.
You know?
How fucking random is that,
That's
dude?
weird.
And yeah, I don't really think they know
Why?
like why or how it fucking got there. Look at it. It's
That's
just
huge, man.
yeah, it's no joke, dude. It's just a fucking random
Pile of
pile
rocks.
of black boulders.
See, shit like that scares me. Like, what have they dug out? And what have they put in there?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
like,
Like something they've moved that from somewhere, and there's some sort of underground, something.
there's so much shit in the world that is just like yet to be explained by stuff like that too.
Yeah, I love that.
Have you ever been up north like that?
No, never.
Fuck,
Because I'm
dude.
from Melbourne, like Geelong
Yeah.
originally. So I've, like Brisbane and up near Rockhampton's probably the north I've ever been.
Really?
Yeah,
Dude, you gotta go up like full North Queensland spec,
Yeah.
eh? It's a pretty sick place. That's
Yeah.
a wild joint.
yeah,
That's what we used to do heaps of hunting up there, like
Sick.
pigs and roos
yeah.
and
I'd love to
fishing.
get some
Like
piggy boys.
that's such a fucking go up there, man. They're
Yeah.
everywhere. That's such an outdoors
Yeah,
place to grow up and
fuck,
live.
I'd love that. Hot,
Mm.
but
Hot as fuck.
fuck.
Yeah, you wouldn't like that shit. Was it super hot in Afghanistan when you were over there?
I went there like it was hot, and then it went to winter.
Yeah.
And it was just freezing. It was
Really?
snowing. Yeah,
Really?
snowing. When I got the first day I got there, it was raining. I was like, what the fuck? Raining here. I didn't think. And then it started snowing. I was like, this is not what I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, this isn't what I signed up for.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I get a jacket.
Do you miss like that combat sort of scenario, even though you sort of weren't in combat? Like, do you miss that?
I missed that as like I had a purpose. I was doing my job. Like my job was to be the security for these people.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, I do miss that a lot. I also miss the camaraderie with the boys. Like,
Yeah.
you don't find that in like an office job,
Yeah.
or even like a football club, or even the club I'm at. You don't get the same sense of camaraderie. It's similar, but that's what I miss more, is knowing that these lads have your back no matter what.
Mm.
Yeah, and you've been through like the worst stuff together. Like now you know exactly how bad you felt.
Yeah.
And you share that with people, and other people won't understand. Like I could tell you stories about how shit it was doing some exercise, and you're like, oh, that's just a training exercise, but you don't understand. Like I was fucked.
Yeah.
Like it was, some terrible times.
How hard was the training to be an infantryman in the army?
Initial training, it's pretty hard. It's pretty taxing. Like every day you do like PT, which is like not too bad, but it's hard PT. And then also you're getting smashed with lessons on everything like that. But then you when you finish all your training, you go to your battalion, and then you do like special courses for like like sniper recon or like heavy weapons or pioneers and stuff like that. And then those courses themselves are like hard.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah.
Once you start getting deeper, it just
It
gets
harder and harder because you want to be specially qualified, so people want to trust you. So they want to know you can work under pressure and sleep deprived and like I mean, sleep deprivation was just like normal to me. Like it was.
So how long are we talking?
I think it was like I did one course. It was like 5 days no sleep, no food.
What?
Yeah.
What was that for?
That was like a leadership course.
Really?
Yeah, and it was you forget about your hunger because you're so tired.
So the tired thing's worse.
Yeah, it overdoes everything.
Really?
And you can just smack as much water as you want though. So.
Oh, okay. So you're pretty hydrated.
Yeah.
Dude, I did a job with Toby Price, and it was gnarly, dude. It was 7 days, and we probably slept like 6 hours in 7 days.
Oof.
Which obviously it's not 5 days, no
but
sleep
still,
at all.
like it's,
Like they're like
sleep is compounding. Like sleep, you need to catch up on that shit.
Yeah, it was hectic, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and we fucking hated each other through it too. Like it was bad. Like so he had this trophy truck that come from America, and then it was like late through customs, and it arrived with a blown up motor, which we knew, but then I don't say we, fucking Toby, because it was his deal. Toby thought he could just like swap this engine out. They'd never seen the truck. Turns out like everything was different. We spent a week locked in this fucking workshop, man. We just ate pizzas and like just takeaway food from this cafe around the corner.
Yeah.
It was freezing fucking cold. And like I was just there to help him document the video side of it. And then I had my work that I was just going to sit and do, and then jump off the laptop and then do the filming, go back to my laptop, keep working. But it was like, it's all hands on deck because like this probably won't make it. And he's got like fucking tens of thousands of dollars in sponsorship and like all of this shit. Like this truck had to go. So man, I fell asleep. I laid on it like I had my swag, and it was like long ways.
Yeah.
I was so fucking tired one night that I just laid horizontally on my swag with like my arms back like that and my legs up, and like I think I got like an hour and a half, 2 hours. I was fucked.
Yeah, I remember stomping up a hill. I think it was on the 4th day of no sleep, and like closing my eyes and then waking up and I was at the top of the hill, still walking.
Wow.
And I was like, holy, that was easy as fuck.
How did they keep you up? So like walk me through those 5 days.
So it's just like they just make you do tasks. Like they'll give you move these sandbags to here, and then at night time they'll make you do like a real like not physical task. So it's like so if you're doing something physical, you'll stay awake more likely than just sitting down writing. So they'll make you do like a writing task or like write a poem or something, or write a play, something silly, to concentrate on. And then when it's daytime, you start working again. So you're physically fatigued during the day, and then it just all blends in.
And so how do they police the no sleep thing? There's just people on you the whole time.
You got sergeants running the show, and they'll just keep you up. Like it's all run like it's really well, like very safe. Like the safety's great. But yeah, it's run. They just got people. Obviously, the supervising staff obviously have sleeping shifts. But yeah, and it's funny. You hallucinate and stuff. Like sometimes when you're digging out field, I remember digging in one point and had like a glow stick, and I thought inside the glow stick, because you can only use that to dig in your pit, I thought there was fish in the glow stick, and I was like, bro, can you see these fish? And mate's like, no. He's like, holy shit, I can. And you're like, oh my god. And you start seeing random stuff in the bush.
So just straight tripping.
Yeah, then like in night vision, everything's green. You're like, oh, I thought I saw a boat hanging in a tree, and I was like, this is not good.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And like, so, but you got through the 5 days?
Yeah, you're constantly like falling asleep at the end. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, you get through it. It's not that bad really if you got your mates with you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, who was with you in that task?
I had like a few mates I've been through like all my basic training with through everything, and they were just there. We just laughed about it the whole time.
Fuck, man, it's so gnarly.
It's good training. That's good memories. Like thinking back on it, it's great. But like we said, like,
when you're doing it,
yeah, it's rubbish. Yeah.
Man, you've obviously just got like a crazy inner drive to just like get the shit done that you like want to get done, and you don't have to think too much outside of it apart from like, okay, I'm just gonna do this. Like, is that your attitude? Like, or how do you overcome, like, what's your thought process when you don't want to do one of the things that you want to do?
I just think about it like I would feel worse not doing it than actually doing it. So say I didn't go for a run or something, and then an hour later I'd be like, shit, I could have gone for that run and still do what I'm doing now. And I would just feel like the biggest piece of shit, and I'd just be so hard on myself.
So that's the thing. You're just really hard on yourself.
Yeah, real hard. Like, and I don't even think I'm that hardworking. Like, I know people that I've served with that are 10 times more hardworking than me, and then I look up to them for motivation. So it's like, yeah, I just go really hard on myself, and I look at other people for inspiration. Kind of like feed off them for morale.
Yeah.
So
That's like, that is one of the things what we're talking about social media, like the negatives of it. Like, I really, like, social media for me is, I follow my friends that are killing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And it always puts into perspective, like, okay, I got to keep
You gotta
fucking
keep
working,
yeah.
you know? That's how I use social media. And I really don't look at it that much.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I don't want to get caught into those, like, negative effects. But,
yeah.
like, it is a good way to stay motivated, is like doing it
That's
with
a big thing
friends.
for me. Like, I go on to, if I don't know what I'm going to do for training, I'll literally YouTube training sessions. I'll be like, oh, let's do a good or body circuit, and I'll YouTube it. And like, people have excuses. Oh, I don't know what to do. It's like, you got the internet, mate. Just use YouTube. It's the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah.
Like my mate, Gary Black, at the moment, he's doing 6Ks a day of swimming every day for a month.
Fuck.
Yeah, because he's doing laps for life, and he missed out 5 days because of work.
Ah.
So now he has to do 6K every day for the rest of the month.
Really?
Yeah.
There's punishment to himself.
Yeah. So
There's a certain thing too when like you owe yourself something.
yeah.
And then you pay that debt.
Yeah, and you're like killing it. I owe myself some grilled.
Yeah, but that stuff does, like, when I first started the push-ups, I did like, the 3 months I did 100 push-ups a day, like every day for 3 months. And like, it was cool. And like, I look back on that, I'm like, there's no reason that I shouldn't still just do that. Like, it wasn't that hard.
Yeah, 100 push-ups you should be able to do easily. Yeah.
Real easy. And it's like, that is probably something that shouldn't have gone away in my life. But then you do, like, you're like, oh, I did the 3 months and I did this and I did, then this happened. Oh, and then, well, actually the reason I stopped doing it is because I started jiu-jitsu and I was so fucking tired from jiu-jitsu that I was like, if I do these 100 push-ups, I'll actually not be able to fucking go to jiu-jitsu. But now, like, actually now that I thought of that, I'm like, fuck, you're in a position where you don't get that tired from jiu-jitsu now. Yeah. So like, you probably should do it.
Yeah, 100%. Like when I was doing the 5K every day, I was like, I'll just do 3Ks I do 5Ks 3 times a week. I've only do like maybe once a week now. Yeah,
I was gonna say, how much do you keep running?
Not a lot. Like I need to do more, but I've been a bit crook for the last like month. So
yeah, got that corona, son.
The Rus.
Fucking hell. Well, man, anything else that you want to sort of shout out? We'll go put some armour on and get whacked by a fucking sword right now.
Just if you're looking to join HMB, hit me up or hit yourself up, and I'll lead you to your closest club. Like, it's easy to join. Just literally rock up to a club and start training. Armour will come later.
What's the HMB thing? So like, how would we find that?
Oh, so you just go on to, so if you can Google HMB Australia or AMCF, Australian Medieval Combat Federation, or it's as simple as literally typing on Instagram, Australian, like AMC, Australian Medieval Combat, or Team Vultures, Team Kraken, Team Havoc. And you can easily find them up.
And if you remember one of those teams and you think that Sam's a dickhead, he's just fucking shouting out everybody. He's trying to see everything do. He's trying to see everyone. He's not saying fucking Team Vulture's the best, bro. Yeah. Fucking, he's trying to make the shit go. So, everyone, and so that was an interesting point too. So you don't need armor just to go and start. So you can just go and
find soft kit. There's some videos of soft kit, which is like a foam sword.
Yeah, I've seen that. They
still fucking hurt.
Yeah,
they still hurt a lot. But just start training whenever you can.
Sick. Well, man, I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, really cool to sit down and have a chat. And maybe we'll do it again in a couple of years' time.
Let me know.
I'd love to see where
when I'm world number 1.
I was going to say, I'd love to see where you're at with it, because I've got no doubts that it's something that you're going to keep getting better and better and better at, which is really cool.
Well, good luck with your BJ Jizzle.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, hopefully I fucking need it. I'm actually going to train tonight. I'm going to buy a shoulder brace and just like strap it to my body.
One arm. I don't know why I wouldn't just
I'm
do
going to do one arm. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
That's gangster.
It's fucking, I'm going to get bashed by everybody.
That's good,
yeah, it is. Humble, bro.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. And
awesome.
thanks again. It's been a really fun chat.
It's been great. Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed it.
Woo.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers, mate. Sick.
That was awesome, dude.
I didn't know I could talk that much.
Yeah, fuck you. I probably did most of it.
Yeah.
I never shut up.